Hello and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And hello, happy Thursday to you all. We are here live once again to recap the week that was in Marvel Legends. And luckily for us, there was a whole wave of Marvel Legends that we can sink our teeth into and talk about the hits and the misses. I've just had my dinner, so I've probably still got food on my face. So if I have, please tell me. This guy will tell me. It's the superest producer. It's Rich M. Rich, how you doing?
Woohoo! You alright?
I'm all good, mate. Have I got food on my face?
I can't see that good, Dan.
Good.
So I'm guessing no. You'll be fine.
Good,
You'll be fine.
good. I got a scratch on my head and everything. Teddy's been attacking me. Look at that. Look at that. I've got a war wound.
How do you get up on your head? He's like a tiny dog.
Every...
You put him in the Olympics if he can reach that high.
I always pretend he's Simba from Lion King and hold him up and go Simba and just go ah.
And he died now.
He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. He's like, you're a fucking idiot then. We're good. It's a Thursday. I am always in a better mood on a Thursday because tomorrow's Friday and that's only one day away from Saturday and then the weekend is upon us. You've just had a week off. Did you have a nice week off?
I've had a great week off of doing not much, but catching up on all boring shit. But it's been nice not to be at work.
Yeah, just to not work. I say that to people all the time. Like, I like a week off to just be home and not have to do anything. Like, everyone's like, oh, you're not going away. I'm like, no, I want to just do nothing. So, yes, enjoy it. Absolutely. Hello to everyone in the chat here today, live with us, talking some toys. Of course, we're going to be recapping the Marvel Legend goodness. And we're starting off with Panda T becoming a channel member. Thank you very much, Panda T. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Is there a panda emoji? I'm going to see if there is a panda emoji. There is! Can we get some panda emojis in the chat to show some love to Panda T? There you go. Thank you very much for becoming a channel member. That's perfect because that leads me up perfectly to the housekeeping. Let's get that out of the way and then we can dive into some toy talk, okay? So as always, this is the main show on a Thursday, and I mentioned it last week, but Legends and Liquor is this weekend, this Sunday, and I want to get some new faces on here. Not because I'm getting, like, I want to get rid of the old faces. I love everybody, but it's nice. It's 2023.
He's fed up, innit?
I'm fed up. I'm just fed up. I'm fed up. I need some new blood. So I want to get some new faces on Legends and Liquor. So if you are a channel member, please get involved. It is Sunday the 12th, and I'm going to put a community post up on my YouTube page, and hopefully entice some new people on. And I'll try and get a group, even if it's just like 3 or 4, maybe just do a small group of new people to start off the show, and then we can bring the regulars in to talk about all their pickups and toy news and stuff like that. So yeah, if you are a channel member, don't be shy. Let me get my my buttons up and I'll show you what we're all about. So where's my there it is. Okay, Legends of Liquor, people. This Sunday. So if you're watching the replay, because most people do, I understand it's an awkward time, but please hit me up on Instagram or even write a comment in the in this video and let me know you want to be on Legends and Liquor. Again, go to my communities tab. I will have a video, have a post up by the end of the week. Please get involved, become a channel member, and become a member on the show. Let me get straight into the housekeeping. Legend and Liquor, as I said, this Sunday. Turtles and Tea and Joe's and Juice are going to be coming up this month because Joe's have got a fan fest, first fest thing, whatever they call it, on Valentine's Day, believe it or not. So unfortunately, I will not be able to stream on Valentine's Day for obvious reasons. But me, Tom and Mark will hopefully be there on the Wednesday. Maybe even we'll replace the Thursday show with Joe's and Juice. Still need to figure that out, but there is lots of Joe stuff to talk about. And undoubtedly, me and Tanner will be around to talk about some turtles while we're drinking some tea. But I'm definitely not drinking tea tonight. I've got the Koppelberg out. If you want to show some love to the channel, you can contribute anything over £4 or $4. Super chat or the Streamlabs donation link in the description. Please do. Much appreciated. We know Legends are on the way, and I want to review as many of them as I can for you. So please, much appreciated. You can do that, and as I already said, you can hit that join button as well. All right, channel membership tier, and you can come on Legends and Liquor and talk some toys. There's over 40 plus Legend and Liquor shows up now. We've been doing it way over a year. Go and check out the format. If you want to get involved, then that's the most simplest way. Get involved on the channel you're supporting. Thank you so much. Let me see if we can say hello to the chat while we're here. I think we should be able to if Streamlabs work. Even if Streamlabs doesn't work, I've got a new button I press now, so I can do that instead. Let's do that. All right, that's too small. Okay, never mind. Let's just do this instead. And I've got to press this. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, let's see who's in the chat. Who's in the chat? Thank you for putting the panda emojis as well, by the way. And thank you very much to Panda T for becoming a channel member. Always nice to kick off the show on a positive. Much, much appreciated. Jamie also jumps in with a channel membership token. He says, hello, Dan. Chat and drunk rich. Uh-oh. As he give it away. Hope you are all well. Just using this time to throw my name in for Legends and Liquor. Of course. Thank you very much, Jamie. You are in, my friend. You are in. But please remind me again after the show, because I will forget. I'm an old man now. My brain doesn't work. Let me say hello to some people in the chat. Let me scroll up for a little bit.
I got money in the bank.
Oh, there's Mark Tac Tac for a very generous super chat. Thank you very much, Mark Tac Tac. He says, I want to be on Legends and Liquor. Well, you can be, Mark. You can be. And you could have saved yourself £1.79 because you could have just messaged me. But you're a good man, Mark, and I appreciate you. So, yes, of course. Okay, we've already got 2 for Legends and Liquor. Jamie and Mark are in. So, please, if you want to be in Legends and Liquor, you hit me up. But I'm trying to get some new faces on as well, all right? We need to not be as scary. Panda T says, hey, Dan, kind of off topic, but I managed to buy from someone the Ultimate Symbiote Spider-Man from the Amazon 5-pack for $20 plus shipping, which would make it $37 in total. So I think $20 for a figure from that pack is fair going, because it's a 5-pack at over £100, I think, over like £120. So yeah, it averages out at over £20 a figure. So yeah, $20 for that, not a bad shout. It's a 5-pack I still want to get. I am inevitably waiting for the Amazon discount, though, hoping that happens. I've got it on watch, but so far, no Amazon discount. I think the Venom 3-pack went down a little bit. I'm also tempted to get this Silk and Doc Ock set, but Amazon are holding strong on the prices for that one, annoyingly, so I'm going to have to hold on a little bit longer. Let me say hello to some other people. Ed Who Collects says, yo, Dan. Rich is here as well, by the way. RP says, hello. Mark Rose with the pow. Dan and Rich emojis. The Wolfpack is in the building. Cute Cult. Cute Cult. Good Cult. Says, hello. Come inside and meet the missus. Is that an invite? You are a cult. Maybe I should be scared. Be a bit wary. Little Leaf Creations. He says, yes, from the Northwest. Whereabouts in the Northwest, Little Leaf? Whereabouts? Christopher Allen says, hello, Dan and Rich. There you go. Christopher remembered you were here. George is around. George, where have you been? He says, haven't been able to catch on the stream in a while. Glad I can make this one. How you doing, George? Hope you're still collecting, my friend. And I hope there's still figures on your shelf. Paul McCartney. Carthy. Damn, I was getting it right for so many weeks and I've ruined the streak. He says, I'm not shaving mine. I'm lying to myself. I'm 55 and still can't fucking grow one. What's he talking about? What's he shaving? Pubic hair? Oh, beard. Fair enough. Cloud jumps in and says, down for Legend and Liquor. We still bring in our partners. To be fair, you are always welcome to bring the missus. But I don't think a man wants to get involved anytime soon.
Is it like wife swap going on in here with all these talks of like 3 subs apart?
Look, we want to do a Legend of Liquor show where we get all the partners involved, all the boyfriends, all the girlfriends, the wives, the husbands, whatever. We want to get everyone involved and ask them questions about their partners' collecting habits. I reckon it'll be a fun show. But Amanda's very camera shy. She's like very conscious that like all of her friends are going to find it and watch. And I'm like, who cares if they do? It's ridiculous. Dewey, am I saying that right? I always say it wrong. Dewey.
Dewey.
I'm dyslexic, so you can't be mad at me. I need to hear it for me to say it. Reading it doesn't work with me. So Dewey wants to come on Legend of Liquor. Absolutely. Get involved. Please message me. Message me on Instagram and we can make that happen. I'll put you on the list. Message me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. It's on the screen underneath our name and I'll make that happen. Absolutely. It'll be good to get some fresh faces. Another Welshman as well. That'd be good. To go along with.
Say that with no enthusiasm, Dan. Oh, another Welshman. Oh.
Another one. How many we got? We got Rich. We got Phil. We got Will.
Will's from Liverpool.
He lives in Wales, though, right?
Yeah, but he's not from Wales.
Okay. Well, he still represents Wales while he's in Wales, I guess. Sort of. There's a loophole there. Your boy's got toys. He says, can we do Newlyweds game style and they have to guess our favourite figure? I'm not sure Amanda would be able to guess my favourite figure. She'd probably just say Iron Man. But I'd be like, which Iron Man? She wouldn't have it. I don't think she'd know. Be a fun game though. You are. If anyone wants to bring their partner onto Legends and Liquor, you are absolutely welcome. Of course you can. Absolutely. Jay invites Cheeky Kikara is in the background constantly anyway. He just needs to get her to. They just need to sit next to each other, and she's in. She's on. Paul's confirming it was beards he was talking about, not his pubic hair. That's just glad to get that confirmed. Thank you very much. Mini Plastic Multiverse said, also down for Legend of Liquor. I'm not bringing the missus though. yeah. I suppose not all of our partners are going to be willing to get involved.
Who spent the most money this year? That's what we could do. Game.
No. No one is truthful about that. To be fair, I've been good this year. I genuinely haven't spent a lot this year. If any, I've spent a little bit, but hardly any Legends have hit yet. So I'm waiting for that inevitable wave. Curtis Randall says, I'm Welsh. There you go. We got another Welshman. There you go. We're growing. The army is growing. Doom Customs, thank you very much. Let Friday
Doomed Customs donated $20. You gentlemen make my Thursday. Nice to see you as always.
Doom Customs, you make my Thursday, my friend. Thank you so much. You gentlemen make my Thursday. Nice to see you as always. Thank you very much. Hopefully we can distract you and everyone in the chat for a little bit. And just talk some toys, not politics, not telling you what you should think, not making you feel bad for not liking what I like. Let's just talk some toys, all right? Simple as that. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. Who else is in the chat? Jay's Toys Collection UK, Lily of the Gym, Craig's Nostalgic Collection. Craig, by the way, had the honour of being the very first person I've met off YouTube to come to the house. He was in my house. He was throwing balls for Teddy. He got a tour of the collection room, which takes like 2 steps because it's so small. He can also confirm, Craig, if you're in the chat, please confirm how small this room is. He said it definitely looks bigger online, so he thought this room was bigger. Clearly the angle makes it look bigger. Trust me, when I say I can touch both walls, I'm not lying. It's tiny. He confirmed it, and he also seen the room that Amanda's got, which is she's taking the piss with the amount of room she's got. But yeah, Craig, officially the very first person to see my collection. First person to see it.
I hate that though. I hate that online when you see something and you think it's like massive. And then in person, it's like this tiny thing. It's like, so many times it's happened to me. We were at someone's house. It's like, what?
For some reason, I have a feeling you're not talking about toys.
About rooms, Dan. About rooms. That's what I'm on about. What are you on about?
Sure. Richie has been drinking, by the way, so I'm sure you can crack that code, people. Justin Collect says, I've asked my wife about her being on Legends of Liquor with us, and she just looked at me funny. I guess that's a no. Yeah, I get partners just don't have a clue what we've got going on. Amanda gets what I do here now, but for the first year and a half, she was like, what are you doing? Like, she just thought it was me and Brandon in a Zoom call pretending we had an audience. And I'm like, no, we're actually live on the internet. It took a while, but she gets it now. She gets it. Okay, right. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining us. D-Blake Make says it looks bigger in pictures. It's not the first time that's been said. Absolutely. They said the camera adds 10 feet, says Collecting Rush. Honestly, this room is tiny. Like, I can't explain to you. If you've got a Billy bookcase, right, in your house, which I'm assuming many of you do, 2 Billy bookcases and the small middle one is a skinny Billy bookcase. That's the whole length. Okay, that's it. That's all I've got. The only room I've got. And the attic is not a proper room either. Like, Amanda keeps trying to claim that I've got the attic as a room, but it's not a room when the roof is like that. I can't put up shelves. It's ridiculous. If you did watch my last news video, though, you got a little glimpse at the display upstairs. Just a little glimpse. Paul says, are you missing any figures? Only joking. Do you know what? I had the Turtles in Disguise on a table upstairs. And Craig was complimenting how good the Toon Turtles looked on the display. And when, like, this was like the next day or something, I sat down on my chair because with the TV in front of me, and like one of the Turtles in Disguise was missing, like just gone. And there was 4 of them in a row, and one of them was gone. And I'm not gonna lie, I did have a little thought, thinking, shit, has Craig like done one on me? Has he took one of these just to piss me? Because the lads were telling him to take one and show it off on Legends and Liquor. So like I was a little bit concerned. Luckily, I found it under my chair, but he had me going for a second. You should
have left the group chat. That's what you should have done. You'd be like, oh my god.
Okay, have you got any new toys this week, Rich? I've got nothing new this week.
I've got nothing. No, same. I've got stuff like that I bought, but nothing that's turned up.
Have we talked about this on the show yet?
Yeah, we did. We spoke about him.
Are you
last
sure?
week. Yeah.
Do you want to just do the next 2 hours talking about this?
Just go and watch the review. That's what they could do. It's
Of
up for now.
course, of course, of course. We are only joking. This is still the only... We have been looking for the rest of the wave, by the way. Rich has been looking. I've even been looking, do some late night Amazon searches. But we can't find any others in stock yet. We do think we're going to get the rest of the wave before the end of the month, or maybe early March. But so far, Wonder Man is the only one we have been able to find. I have also done a review for this guy, who was surprisingly better than I expected. Brandon did do a reel for it just before the new year, so I should have known better. But it is actually really, really nice. So yeah, if you're curious about the What If Killmonger, go and check out the review for that as well. But otherwise, got no toys. So we'll talk about new toys on Legends and Liquor undoubtedly, as I know you lot have all been buying toys because we're all in very not sensible when it comes to spending our money. I think did I show this off? I said I got Bane. Have I ever showed Bane off? I got Bane. I'm looking around thinking, surely I got something. Surely. No, nothing. You got the signs I sent you from D Blake Makes, right?
Yes, I do. They are downstairs with everything.
It's all good.
I will take some pictures later. Thank you, DB Mix. I will take pictures and put them on Instagram.
Yeah, I've seen Damien in the chat. So yeah, Damien, I have sent them to Rich. Rich very much appreciates them, as do I.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Much appreciated as always. Jay says I got a Toad Croaker. He's been showing it off. He needs to get the rest of the team that Boss Fights didn't do and put on the display, because Jay, they all scaled. All right, so you now need Blinky. You need to find Willy. Cheeky Monkey Kiara can help you with that one. Who else does he need in the crew? Who else is missing in that crew?
Jenny, did I Blinky? Willy do it? Bruiser.
Okay, so from the good guys, he just needs Willy and Blinky.
But they did Mimi LaFleur as well. Boss Fight.
Oh, has he not got that one? Okay, he needs to search for that one. Okay. There's a lot more red. I think there's a lot more red in Dan's camera. It's my lighting. My lighting's not very good. I'm not going to lie to you. It's like I've got these big bright lights, and because Teddy's been scratching me up, my face is a little bit redder. Like, but yeah, my lighting's not great. I'm not going to lie to you. I need to buy some new lights. These ones are very harsh. If I turn these up, it looks like I've died or something, and I'm like, I'm being adopted. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? I need some new lights. I need something. Aliens after me. Okay, let's get into some legends then. Bloody hell, that
look like Jack Whitehall.
Oh, don't say that. He's a dickhead. He's not very funny. He's a posh fucking git who he's not even very funny. Does my head in. I'm offended. I'm offended by that. Stu, I'm getting rid of these lights after today's stream. They're gone. Gone. Luckily, the Americans don't know who he is because he's that much of a dick. Right. Moving on. Let's talk about some toys.
Anyway.
Let's talk about some toys. Let me find the button. So, earlier this week, was it Tuesday, Rich? Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Marvel Legends officially revealed the whole Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania wave. Now, obviously, these were inevitable. We knew we were going to get an Ant-Man wave. And we've been talking about this on the stream for a while anyway. Ant-Man is in a unique situation, as usually the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies get pushed back, as they have been for the last couple of years, constantly pushed back. Just think of Eternals, etc. Like, all pushed back. So there was plenty of product for when the film came out. Even with Black Panther at the end of last year, plenty of product for when the film came out. However, Ant-Man was one of the only films that actually got pushed forward. So it went from July, I think, or June to February, which is great. I'm not complaining about that at all. But it does mean that Hasbro are left in that unfortunate situation where they ain't going to have product on the shelf. And that's just the way it is. So the reason we haven't got this wave in hand yet is because the film got pushed forward. So the film is coming out, literally, I've got my tickets for next Friday, I think. So yeah, next Friday. Are you going on the opening day as well?
No, because I've got a job, Dan, so I can't. But I'm going.
I'm not going in the day. I'm going in the evening.
Oh, that's I'm going on Saturday.
I'm going Friday evening. I'm not going in the day. So I'm dragging Amanda with me. But I've had my tickets booked for a while. Whatever just before we talk about the toys here, where are your hype levels for Ant-Man from the small bits we've seen in the trailer? You excited for it?
It looks good. Yeah, I liked the first two Ant-Man films. I didn't think I wouldn't say that they were my top of like Marvel films, but they weren't ones I hated. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. It looks like Cassie Lang's got a bigger role, and they've got a new actress yet again to play her. So that'll be interesting.
Third different actress now, yeah.
And it looks like Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Douglas got more to do as well. So that is exciting as well. Paul Rudd is always good. So
yeah, again, I'm rewatching like Friends at the minute, and like Paul Rudd's popped up as Mike, and literally he looks like he hasn't aged a fucking day. The rest of the Friends cast start to look a little bit weathered, right? Paul Rudd is like just still shining, like. So yeah, Paul Rudd's great. Angelina Lilly's great as well. And again, looking forward to Kang. Kang is going to be the first big bad for a while. For the foreseeable future at least. But because there's so many variants, we don't know if it's going to be this version we're going to see in Kang Dynasty or a different version. Who knows? So still lots of questions. Hopefully this film can give us a few teasers. There are 2 post-credit scenes I've read online. Not seen what they are, obviously, but I've seen there are 2 post-credits. Hopefully some surprises that haven't been spoiled for us as well. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Kick-off. Phase 4 was a dodgy one, because there was more content in Phase 4 than the last 3 phases combined, in regards to the Disney Plus TV shows and the movies. And Phase 4 was a lot of rebuilding, and after Endgame, I think a lot of people, I don't know, we're a little bit MCU, tired of the MCU, and but I think Phase 5, we're going to get back into bringing some of the OGs back into the mix, and with sprinkling some of the new characters that have already had their stories told now. So I'm excited for Phase 5. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, and I'm always looking forward to get toys to go along with the films as well. So let's just dive into it, shall we? So of course, first surprise, Rich, is the Build-A-Figure that a lot of us we're predicting it's going to be MODOK. MODOK's in the trailer. It's no secret we're going to see MODOK in the movie. So a lot of us were assuming MODOK would be a perfect scale Build-A-Figure for this wave. So I was very surprised to see Cassie Lang as the Build-A-Figure. So let's start off with Cassie Lang, shall we? So let me bounce to the pictures. So this was when I was at work driving around. So I didn't see all these reveals straight away. So when I picked up my phone and started going through, these were the first pictures I've seen of Cassie Lang. And from these pictures, I did not know she was the Build-A-Figure, because it just looks like, obviously that one gives it away a little bit, but these ones, these ones I was looking at, I was like, oh, Cassie looks nice. Obviously we're going to get Stinger, or now we know Stature in the movie, and I was very happy to see this. And then, as I said, I seen this image, and I was like, oh, she's the Build-A-Figure. And then I was like, are we getting a regular Cassie Lang and a Build-A-Figure? I was very confused for a minute until I actually started to read what was going on. So how do you feel? First of all, what do you think, Cassie Lang? Does she look great? And what do you think about the choice of the Build-A-Figure?
I think she looks great, yeah. I mean, it is the first ever female oversized figure in the Build-A-Figure, Louis, as well. We've had Jubilee, we've had other ones as well. We've had Mantis in the Guardians of the Galaxy wave. And was someone else? Okoye?
Okoye, yeah. We've had Okoye,
yeah. She was in so we've had those three, but they were all regular size figures. So this is the first giant-sized female. I think first giant-sized bath since Giganta back in the DC Universe Collects wave. So that's good. And it's a good character. She's one of the main characters in the film. So yeah, I'm happy to get this figure. Not so happy that I have to now buy all the other figures together.
Everyone, yeah. The magic about, I've always said this about Legends, regardless of how obscure the character is, you can always sell the figure separately if you want the Build-A-Figure piece. So there's always going to be someone out there that wants that character. So yeah, you can always make a little bit of the cash back for getting rid of the figures you don't want. But here we have Giant Man. So obviously the Legends team have already done this. They've done this twice. So this was originally a Build-A-Figure for Civil War in 2016, and it actually spoiled Giant Man. We didn't know he was in the movie. They kept that secret, and this Build-A-Figure actually spoiled that Giant Man would be appearing in the film. So this is the actual Build-A-Figure, but they then did re-release it as a deluxe where it was a little bit more screen accurate. This one even has the shoes with the all untucked and stuff, because it was made based off the costume, a guy in the costume, and they were the images that Hasbro made the figure of. So this isn't screen accurate, but the deluxe one is a little bit more screen accurate. So this is a Build-A-Figure. So I'm guessing it's going to be the same scale as this, essentially.
Yeah.
So for me, Like, I would love a Giant Man in figure form. MCU, I know people love a comic version, but either or, I'd love like an actual Sentinel-sized Giant Man. Do you know, like one that actually looks like Giant Man compared to the rest of the figures? This scale in Build-A-Figure form, like, I get what they're going for, but it's never going to fit. It's never going to be the scale you want it to be. It's a little bit awkward size, so I think Cassie looks great, like you said. I'm very surprised to see an interchangeable head for this scale as well, as we never got a massive Paul Rudd head. So that is a positive on that. She also comes with an interchangeable set of hands. So the figure looks great, and it looks like we're going to see a lot of her in the movie as well. But
it's always been the powers. That's what they're working with the helmet
Yeah.
on. Like, if the helmet was off, they couldn't grow. So it'd be interesting to see if they explain that, or whether it's just an extra.
Well, in the Ant-Man second film, Paul Rudd gets stuck at like kid size, and he's not wearing his suit. So I think once you've used the pin particles, I think then you're free to maybe take your clothes off if you wanted to. I wouldn't want to see Giant Man with his clothes off, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Whoa, what's that swinging? So if I had to be picky here, I think Cassie looks great. And I don't know where the chat fall on this one, but I would have just personally, right now for this wave, I prefer to get her at regular size. Of course, because we're getting Ant-Man and Angelina Lily, the Wasp, it would have been great to have all three of them regular size, same scale to pose up on the shelf. Do you reckon we're going to get a regular Cassie?
Yeah, my take of this is that if they're doing a bath now, I think this film was probably setting Cassie Lang to be a bigger player in the Marvel Universe. I think at this point, some form of the Young Avengers is a given. So obviously, if that came along then, whether it's a Disney Plus series or another movie, you can get a regular version of Cassie Lang. Equally, this doing the Bath version, it means if you did like a comic book Young Avengers set, you can reuse a lot of this for like a comic book stature, because it's essentially
similar,
the same kind of cost. At least the arms and the legs, you could just need like a new body and a new head type of thing, and paint it red. And then it's the same kind of...
Yeah, usually with MCU figures, they do get unique sculpts and stuff, and both Ant-Man and Wasp have got new outfits, which we'll see in a second. But yeah, I just think for me personally, I would have preferred just regular size Cassie, and I would have liked to have seen someone different as the Build-A-Figure. But I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. But if I had to pick, I would have said regular size. But like you said, maybe because we still need Hank Pym, we still need Janet Van Dyne, but we'll talk about that after. Let's keep going through these. So there's Cassie Lang. So, of course, we're also going to be getting Ant-Man. He is the only character that does not come with a Build-A-Figure piece. Obviously, he's the star of the wave, if you will, which is usually the case. The most popular character sometimes will not come with a Build-A-Figure piece to make you buy the characters you don't want to build the Build-A-Figure. That's marketing 101. So, unfortunately, Ant-Man doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece, but he does come with an unmasked Paul Rudd head. It looks pretty good in the digital render, but then in execution, I can't quite work it out. It looks like, I don't know, it doesn't look great in this image. I need to see it in person before I judge. But
he's got a lot of forehead.
I don't know. Just his face just feels a little bit
unproportionate.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like, it just looks a little bit unproportionate.
Maybe... Are these actual figure shots, or are these renders as well?
No, these are actual figure shots. It seems they're just on the black background, because the digital renders are them ones. They're the ones that go on the side image of the boring plastic-free packaging. But these are the actual figures, it seems. So he's got a new costume. So yeah, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. No interchangeable hands, was it? No, it doesn't seem that way. Oh no, he does. He does have some interchangeable hands. So that's 3 accessories, Rich, if you're counting, by the way. 3. 3 accessories. What do you think of Ant-Man here? New costume, all that? You happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, like, Ant-Man's costume hasn't changed that much, I think. Like, but obviously he's the star of the movie, so they're not gonna not make a figure of him, are they? So it's good for what it is, I suppose.
I've put in the chat, by the way, there is a poll up right now. I should have mentioned this earlier. Literally just simply asks, what do you think of the Marvel Legends Ant-Man wave? 3 options. Great, all in. No thanks, not for me. And we'll pick and choose. They're your 3 options. All right, nice and simple. So far, 22% says all in. 21% say no thanks, not for me. And 57% say pick and choose, which I assumed would be the most popular option. So there's Ant-Man. I think we'll look at Wasp next as well to complete that sort of trinity. Where is she? She's down here. There she is. Plastic-free packaging. The Wasp. So again, she's got a little bit of a costume upgrade. She's got a little bit more blue now in her costume. I even think the yellow's a little bit more yellow. Like I'm looking at the last one we got, and it's a bit gold, where this one seems a lot more vibrant and yellow. And I quite like that. I do like that. She's the Wasp after all. And
that's a good likeness to Evangeline Lilly as well. A good likeness to her.
Agreed, yeah. And the pixie style haircut is the Wasp in the comic, so it was inevitable.
If she had a beard, she'd look like you and Jack Whitehall, wouldn't she?
For fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Right, I'm going bold or something. I'm going drastic look change. But the likeness is good here. That's why I'm thinking maybe the photos ain't good on Paul Rudd, and I need to see it in hand. Because we have had a decent couple of Paul Rudd unmasked heads. We got one in the 20th anniversary sets, or the Marvel MCU 10th anniversary, I think it was. We got a yellow jacket and Ant-Man 2-pack that had a pretty good Scott Lang head. And then we also got like a smirky Scott Lang head with the last movie. But she looks good there.
What's going behind it? Go back to that one. Yep. The editing on these is weird. See behind her left ear. Like, it's just weird clipping on these images.
Yeah, I just think it's the chopping, because you can see how someone's on Photoshop just chopped round.
And not done a good job of going wrong with the lasso.
Yeah, it seems because the way it's like straight cuts, isn't it? So someone's just went round. Yeah. I like the fact that she comes with the helmet, she comes with the wings and the detachable backpack, so you can have multiple looks for the Wasp. And I like that as well. And I don't mind buying the same character again when you have options, because now I can turn maybe my Ant-Man and the Wasp version as like an unmasked head display and have this one as the Wasp. So again, for A-list characters, I don't mind giving us them again, as long as you give us options for display, and I can make sure there's enough room on the shelf for all of them. So yeah, Wasp looks great. I do like her new costume design. There's the backpack down.
The only thing I would say with Wasp is in the comics, like Wasp is known, like she's a fashion designer. I know obviously it's Janet, not this version.
Hope, yeah, it's Hope,
yeah. But it's obviously she's known for like her millions, like every run she comes back to Avengers, she's got a new costume. So I think they could have, like, this is not a criticism of Hasbro, as more Disney. They could have like made this like a completely different color scheme, completely changed it up a bit, and then you've got more merchandising opportunities for Disney as well. I'm surprised I didn't think of that. This is like, I think it looks good, it's different, but I don't know if it's that different enough. Like, if you're not a super massive Wasp fan, if you've got that other version, is there any need to upgrade to this one type of thing? If she's just at the back of your display flying, that one is fine, I think.
For the record, I completely agree. But I just think when these type of things are so mainstream, their mindset is they don't want to change the character's look too drastically, so people look and go, who's that? They want to keep it all within the same wheelhouse, so the casual viewer can follow along and go, oh, that's Wasp, where we can pick and go, oh, it's a bit different, this has changed, where the general consumer are just going to go, oh, it's Wasp, they're not going to notice. So I think they play it safe because of the audience they're trying to bring. But I agree with you, it would have been great I know David Evan Smith would have loved the different Wasp. He's got a whole wall of all of her different costumes. But she does come with a Build-A-Figure piece, 2 heads, it's an interchangeable set of hands, and then the backpack and wings as well. So not mad at Wasp at all. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, the last MCU figure in this wave, and probably the biggest highlight for me, and I'm sure for many, let's see some fire emojis in the chat, because there is no denying that this doesn't look good. So this is Kang the Conqueror. Now, we have just got our first variant of Kang as He Who Remains in the last Disney Plus wave, in the Khonshu Build-A-Figure wave, where we got Jonathan Majors, and we knew, I even said it in my review, we are going to have multiple versions of Kang for our MCU displays, and we didn't have to wait long to get our second one, as Kang is here, a completely pinless representation of the character, of a look that we have seen in the trailer. Again, we've only seen glimpses. We have seen him with his helmet down, but we have seen glimpses of it with his helmet up as well. I think this looks epic. Now, the biggest letdown of this will be the cape, maybe a little bit limiting, and I know people may prefer a soft goods cape or something like that, but just taking that criticism to the side, the textures look good, the colours look good. I like the little metallic shine on the purple. And yeah, I think this is the standout of the wave for me. Rich, do you share my enthusiasm?
I think definitely the star of the wave on the MCU side, if not the whole wave, to be honest with you. It is just a really good looking figure. Like, the likeness to Kang is great. The costume design on this is great as well. And like, if he's going to be the main villain of this stage, this phase of the MCU going forward. It's great to get him now. And yeah, this figure looks fantastic. Again, I'm like you, I'm not a fan of soft goods capes. I like plastic capes, and I like the sculpting on this one. But it's in like the 3 pieces. It looks a bit kinetic the way it's moving. I think this is really well done. So yeah, this is the one that I will pick up on day one. I don't know about the rest of the wave what I'm gonna get yet, but I'll definitely be getting a Kang to add to my collection.
Yeah, Kang looks epic. I would have liked, again, small criticism, but I would have liked the interchangeable head, because for the lot of the time in the trailer we've seen him talking to Ant-Man and he's got the mask down and he hasn't got the blue face, so it would have been nice to have that option. But I'm sure once we see the film and we see him in full on Kang the Conqueror mode, then this is probably the representation we're going to want on our shelf, as I think he has like the blued out eyes look. But it still looks really, really well done. Again, and I do give credit to the MCU for this, because some of the character designs in the comics are obviously intentionally a little bit campy, a little bit wacky, because they were never intended to be real life and live action. And the MCU do put a really nice live action spin on these, where they don't look as crazy and wacky. Like, they look pretty serious and sinister. And I love how they've turned Kang, who I've got on my comic shelf there, bright blue guy with green robes, and they've made him actually look, and I'm sure Jonathan Majors is going to make him look terrifying as well. So yeah, this one's looking good. Loads of fire emojis in the chat as well. George with the channel membership token, thank you very much, George. He says, Kang broke my months long streak of not buying figs. And now we know why we haven't seen George, because he knows a bunch of enablers, if he comes on Legend of the Licker, are going to be convincing him to buy some toys. So it's probably wise, George, to stay away if you're trying to save some money. Stop hanging around with us. But no, Kang is obviously a great exception. Favourite of the MCU, of the wave, easy, of the whole wave, like you said. Just the textures, the colours, like they've nailed it. Completely pinless as well. Accessories, only a set of interchangeable hands, a little bit more gesture in hands. Again, if I'm being greedy, I would have liked a set of fisted hands. I think he only comes with one fist. And again, that interchangeable head. He comes with 2 massive heads there for Cassie Lang. I always laugh when characters come with 2 heads, because for the average consumer, like the parent who may want to buy this for their kid if their kid's seen the movie and like the character or whatever, and the kids at home like swapping the giant head onto the Kang body, going, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it always makes me laugh, like kids at home trying to swap that body. I'll do it in my review, don't you worry about it, that's going to happen. But Cassie Lang, and it also looks like the head for Cassie Lang has the translucent eyes as well, which was on the Giant Man as well, done really well, where you can see the eyes behind the translucent plastic. So that's really good. But yeah, Kang, again, digital render. This is one of those rare occasions, I think, because this isn't always the case, where the product image actually looks better than the digital render. Does that make sense? I think that's the case, right? Yeah, so yeah, really, really good. Lots of photo emojis.
His fingers, but they've been like Photoshop wrong. Look at them.
Yeah, I know. This Photoshop.
They're like that.
Yeah, look, it's a blur. Look, if you need, they need some help on their graphics. Clearly, they need to give us a shout. But hopefully, the figure won't have mutated hands like that. Maybe there'll be proper gesture in hand. But there you go. There's Kang. Okay, cool. Let's get into the comic figures in the wave. So there's the 4 figures. They are the 4 movie figures of the wave. Let's start with the comic ones, all right? So I'm going to go to this guy first, who I wrongly called him Eggman in my video. I was waiting. As soon as I recorded my little news video and I listened to it back and I realised, I went, oh shit, I said Eggman. What a twat. I was like sat there with my popcorn waiting for the comments. I was like, they're coming. They're coming. They're going to say, oh, we never seen Sonic in this wave or some bullshit like that. Thankfully, nobody said anything. I was like, oh, maybe the YouTube comments are getting a bit more understanding. I just misspoke. Because this is clearly Egghead, not Eggman. He's a Sonic villain. Even though in the UK we call him Dr. Robotnik. But never mind, that's a different conversation. Eggman. So he is an old school Ant-Man villain. So he was like a scientist that went rogue. And he built a device to try and control the ants himself and go against Scott Lang. So it makes sense for this type of character. Yes, he's obscure. Yes, he's like just a crazy scientist of an egghead. But he's a very accurate representation to what we see in the comic pages. And he's an Ant-Man villain, okay? So it does make sense for him to be in this wave. Lackluster on accessories. He comes with the biggest Build-A-Figure part. That's always disappointing. Again, as Bug Noise says, heads and hands make the figure. He comes with a gun, but he doesn't come with any trigger finger hands. But he comes with a gun. So you can weirdly hold a gun if you want to. But there's the digital render. And then the figure itself doesn't look too bad either. Pinless legs. I think they're the same legs that we've seen on... what's his name?
Mr. Knight, is it?
Nah, maybe. It could be Mr. Knight. I was thinking Hammerhead. I could be wrong. But they're double jointed pinless. They're not the best looking. They're quite ugly, not going to lie. But they are pinless. Are they new shoes? I can't tell, to be completely honest. I'm terrible at this game. So there's a lot of reuse. My point is, there's a lot of reuse there, right? But it's reuse that makes sense for the character design. So I'm personally not mad at it. You can be mad at it if you want. It's your life. But I'm fine with it. Honestly, I'm not bothered. And the Egghead, he looks pretty good. Like, he's got his glasses on, translucent glasses. I like his little sinister grin. And you can even see the creases in his forehead, just like me when I'm getting old now. Yeah, I've got creases. And a scratch. Did I say that? There it is. It does remind me of the Cones, though. That old movie, Coneheads. Like, undoubtedly reminds me of Coneheads. But I think Egghead, I said it again, Egghead came before Coneheads. He existed. He was in the comics way before. So maybe Dan Aykroyd was a fan of Ant-Man comics. Who knows? But there he is. What do you think of not only the character, but then getting him in plastic? What do you think, Rich?
I think the character's one that a lot of people want. The head sculpt is fantastic, really good head sculpt. But I think, like Doc Avenger says in the chat, he should be on like a fatter Doc Ock body, and it's not that. He's bigger than that. Like, I could cosplay Egghead type of thing. He's not like a lean guy. He's quite like a portly. Like, he's not like the Blob, but he's still like a big guy, like rounded. Like, he's a scientist. He doesn't go out much. So like that kind of look, his body could have been a bit different. But equally, this looks like a nice body that they could maybe reuse for a Bruce Banner figure. Finally, maybe we might get it.
Look, this isn't easy. Even if you don't want Egghead, just buy him and pop someone else's head on there. Like, you've got a scientist guy straight away now. Reed Richards and not in a Fantastic Four uniform. Whatever. Tony Stark. Whoever you want. Kurt Connors, yeah. There's like it's a pretty good for a fodder sort of civilian character, but to be better service the actual character they're trying to represent. Yes, I agree. A more pear-shaped body, if you will, a stockier sort of port's body, like you said. I do think that this isn't like a super skinny body though, because if I look at people like Happy Hogan and Hammerhead, they're not skinny guys. They're pretty broad. So I agree he needs to be a bit rounder, but he shouldn't be too super skinny. The arms seem a little bit thicker, but we'd have to see. We'll have to see to get it in hand. But he has got pins on the arms, so he isn't a completely pinless figure by any means. But if you compare him to some comic images, it looks like the character. It genuinely does. And it's a new character to add to the show. I've never had in figure form, I don't think, unless Rob Pollock's here in our ear telling us he's had a playmate, mini-mates. Has he, Rob? I don't know. We'll have to hear back from Rob later. But he hasn't had a figure otherwise, right? No Marvel Legends, at least.
No, definitely not a Marvel Legend.
Yeah. A Mini Plastic Movement in the chat says hit, but I'll wait for the sale. I think a lot of people are going to be playing that game this year. I can see a lot of egg emojis in the chat as well. Does that mean you want him? Does that mean you not want him? A lot of people are shouting Bruce. Yes, absolutely would have preferred Bruce Banner than Egghead, but I'll take him. Another wacky, obscure villain for the shelf, and it makes sense for an Ant-Man wave. But I wish he would have come with more accessories. But there he is, Egghead. Okay, next up, let's go to Crossfire. Here he is. Crossfire. So, former CIA agent, turned into a mercenary. He's got like a robotic eye and an arm. Is it something else? I know it's not just his eye, but he's a mercenary for hire. He'll work for whoever's paying him. He's a Hawkeye villain. But I genuinely remember him. We talked about this last week, but I couldn't remember what the book was called. But it was just where it was Astonishing Ant-Man, where it was like Scott Lang, and that's where he pops up in it, and that's where Scott Lang's got his own sort of like team in it, and they go up against Crossfire. So that's where my brain goes. But that's quite modern. He has been around for a long time. Character design is very simple. No, that's Egghead. Go backwards. There you go. Character design is very, very simple. It's all red with the cross. It sort of looks like... Is that Swiss? Like, I know he's not Swiss. What nationality flag am I thinking of where it's red with the cross? Is it Danish? Testing our geography now.
Danish is red and white, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe Danish. Maybe that's when I see him and think he's like some sort of Danish character. He's not. I'm sorry, that's just where my brain goes. I see the white cross on the red. It thinks of the flag. But there he is. So that's the digital render. So he's got the cross, of course, Crossfire. He's a mercenary, good aim, etc. And so that's the digital render, and that's the figure. So I think that's the Spider-Man UK body. So it's a pretty stocky body. Now, it's an old body. Yes, it's reused, blah, blah, blah. We hate reuse. Would I have liked this, or would I have preferred this to be on a pinless body? Of course I would. Of course I would. Who wouldn't? Like, no debate in that. But as a representation in plastic, does it look like the character? Yes, for me it does, and I'm not mad at it. It's quite a simple character design anyway. Like, literally, it's the Spider-Man UK body with new deco and a new head. It's as simple as that. He also comes with a gun that we've probably already seen before.
Go down to his foot. Look, what are these photos? Look at that. Look at what?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. See, I'll go back to that documentary where Ryan Ting's in that room and he's directing that person. Ryan Ting, do we blame you for this? What's going on? But anyway, Rich, what do you think? Crosshair of the character and again of the figure.
Yeah,
Crossfire.
Not one that I particularly wanted, but he looks okay for what he is. Again, he's using that old body, and there's the debate about, like, obviously all the MCU are pinless, and the comic book figures have been like phoned in again. So I mean, that's like a thing. What I say about the comic book figures in this wave though, there's no A-list comic book figure. I don't think.
Nope.
Like Ultron is A-list, but I'll get to him in a bit. But obviously we've had him quite recently, and I just like, it's weird that there's no like a Hank Pym version of like comic book Ant-Man, or like a Janet Van Dyne classic Wasp or something like that. I think there was a way you could have like worked like a heavy hitter into this wave type of thing.
This was a tweet that made me laugh from Ryan Ting. He's well aware of that conversation you're on about, by the way. So Ryan Ting's post this meme of the two guys fighting with their middle fingers. It says movie figure collectors and comic figure collectors. He's not wrong. It's a pretty accurate meme. For some reason, people feel like you need to take a side in this debate. Look, you collect whatever you want, people. It's your life, your money. Buy whatever you want, collect whatever you want. I like both comic and MCU. Like, you can see on my shelf behind me, I've got my MCU on my top shelves in the sort of yellow lighting. And then underneath, that's all my comic world, all my 616 world underneath there. So I like both. So I'd be waving at this guy with a smile on my face. I wouldn't be doing that. But it is, I can understand a comic collector's frustration when they see so much love given to the MCU figures, and then maybe the comic figures just get the sloppy reuse. Like, I can completely see what they're frustrated about, and it's validated as well. I'm not saying they're wrong. But again, without these MCU movies coming out, and without the popularity of the MCU, would you also get the amount of comic figures? Again, it's I don't know. It's one of them where you gotta be happy, not be happy with what you get. That's the wrong terminology, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like, if the MCU wasn't around, being as successful as it is, we wouldn't be getting characters like Egghead and Crossfire in a regular wave, is all I'm saying. But yeah, it's reuse, comes with a gun, in I think the blast effects down there. But again, I'm fine. It's a new character for the shelf. That's how I always see it. I know it's not a justification. It's just my perspective. That's all. So I see this and go, oh, I don't have that character, and then once I've looked at that, and then I start looking at what the figure is. But genuinely, my first thoughts when I see figures, I know a lot of people look at figures and they straight away go, oh my god, it's got pins, it's old, reuse, fuck Hasbro. But I look and go, oh, a new character for the shelf, that's great. Oh, what's he like? And then I go, oh, it's a shame, he could have been on a new body, blah blah blah. But that's how I choose to live my life. Again, I'm sure inevitably people are going to probably, if they want him, may wait on a sale for this one, but who knows. But there you go, Crossfire. Let's jump to Ultron, because you mentioned Ultron already. This one, where is he? Where's the images for Ultron? There he is. So there's Ultron. This one's a little bit... talking about reuse and all that, right? As I said, it's fair game when it makes sense to the character. This one does make me scratch my head a little bit, as we literally got Ultron not too long ago. Ultron was my best comic figure of 2021, I believe. He was top of the list. Number 1, best comic figure. I genuinely think the Ultron we've got, he's down here, is a solid representation in plastic, a pinless Marvel Legend as well, of an A-tier Marvel Legends villain. And it makes sense for a character like Ultron to be in an Ant-Man wave. Again, Hank Pym is the father of Ultron, of course, in comics at least. But this is the same figure with a new head. Like, it's a bit confusing. Like, I reckon if they were going to use this whole same body again and give us a new head, I don't know, give us something else. Give us more different hands, another head. You know, make it more appealing. I don't know.
I think when everyone saw the leak, we all assumed it would be like a gold version of Ultron, at least like a bit different. But there's so many, like the whole Ultron and his robotic body, like he gets destroyed by the Avengers and rebuilds up. There's different looks for Ultron. I've got to say, I like this head sculpt. It is a nice head sculpt.
Yeah,
but
not denying that.
The body, like you said, it's not bad, but it's like that body is also finished with metallic. They made a big thing that they painted it with metal.
Super chat from Eric Alfred Abel. Thank you very much,
donated
Eric.
$5. Comic figures only for me. If they want to phone it in on the comic figures, I will keep my money and they can lay off more people.
Eric Alfred Abel says, comic figures only for me. If they want to phone it in on the comic figures, I will keep my money. And they can lay off more people. Yeah, sad times about that, all that, absolutely. And yeah, like you said, it's your money. If it's not, you don't want it, don't buy it. Speak with your wallets, people. Absolutely. If you don't want it, don't buy it. Simple as that. Going back to Ultron, thank you very much, Eric Alfred Abel, by the way. I appreciate that. I agree in regards to it. I'm not saying I dislike the head. That's not my argument. It's more a case of, I don't know, just something about this doesn't feel right. It just feels like it's not even like reuse and then different deco or different pieces. It's literally the same figure with a new head. And it just, I don't know, it just feels very close. If it had been like a 5-6 year gap and they're giving new collectors an opportunity to get an Ultron, fair game. But literally a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago.
Did it sell? I know it was like everyone liked it, but did it sell out? Because I know like over here, you could still go and get that.
I don't know. American friends, you'll have to tell us in the chat. Is he gone? Is he hard to find? In the UK, you can get this right now at retail. Like, he's not hard to obtain. And again, I have no doubts this will be a nice representation of Ultron. If you like that look, like Rich said, it's just a head scratcher one. It's like, I don't know, just everything the same. Like, literally everything the same apart from the head. And he can't fit the Kirby crackle in his mouth this time. In the comics, I think they did start naming the Ultron. It was like Ultron 1 and Ultron 2. So this probably has a name. This is probably like Ultron, to get technical, it's probably like Ultron 6 or 7 or something like that. But I do think with Ultron, you could sort of say, by like, if you could have one Ultron design to be your main Ultron Prime, and then maybe a couple of these are like Ultron bots. Like, if they did go on, this goes on sale. If this hit like the £10 range, I'd be all over this. I'd buy a couple of these and have them as Ultron bots. And I've got Jocasta and this Ultron, and maybe build a little robot display or something. I don't know. So I don't hate it. It just made me scratch my head. I just think, really, is that it? But there you go. That is it. Maybe it's a different shade in the deco as well. This one was very chrome. This one seemed to have a little bit more of a blue tint. But maybe that's just the pictures.
And they painted that one with they made a big thing, didn't they? They painted it with metallic paint, so it looked shiny.
No marbleization on this at all.
Yeah. Whereas this one, it doesn't look like this paint. It looks like there's like marbling on this. It just looks like it's like straight up.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that is just a plastic mold, where this one got the shiny metallic paint, and that one's just a mold. Yeah, you might be right. That one does give me more Ultron bot vibes then, to be fair. Not going to lie. Maybe that's what I'll use it for. Ultron bots. We shall see. But there's Ultron. So you said you like the head. Were you tempted to get this one?
Yeah, I will pick this one up eventually. I don't think this one I'm going to be like I said, with this wave, I think the only one I'm going to get straight away is Kang. And then the rest I'll just pick up as the year goes on, type of thing. Okay,
well, the very last one, I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on. It is the very popular, this one seeped in Marvel history and Marvel lore, future Ant-Man. Hey, there you go. See, Rich knows his shit. There he is. So tell us about this guy, Rhythm Rich, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that just don't realise how new this character is in general.
So yeah, this is Ant-Man from the future. This only came out. This is a 4-issue Ant-Man miniseries. Came out last year. Collected, I think, last month. I think this only came out last month. It's a good story. It like celebrates all the Ant-Man. So you've got like Hank Pym, Scott Lang, Eric O'Grady, and then this new future Ant-Man. Like
Dr. Zane Ashberg or something like that.
Well, Dad, I don't think you should be spoiling that because that kind of like spoils stuff in the story.
Oh, okay, I'll shut up.
But yeah, he is a new Ant-Man. But like, there you go. That's him with his mask off. But it does say there, like, do not skip to the end. Spoiler warning. You will find out who this character is as you read the story. And it's like, it's a really good story. It jumps around all the different like Ant-Man eras. So he's from the future. He travels back in time. And it's a good story. I like this suit design. It's very like Toku, like Sentai, Kamen Rider type of thing to me.
It does, yeah, you're right.
But he's a character that appears in 4 issues, hasn't been seen since. So it's just like, why do we need him? Of all the Ant-Man you could have done, why this one? This is I'm a comic guy. This is a good story, but again, where am I going to put him on my shelf? I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like the Aquaman villain. What's his name?
Black Manta.
Yeah, it looks like that a little bit, but I also get the Sentai vibes, like you were saying. But I do think this is a case where obviously Hasbro licensed Marvel, and Marvel influence are definitely involved in the decisions of made. And maybe this is one that they pushed. Maybe this is one that Marvel said, look, this is a brand new character. Can you get this done? And Hasbro just had to accommodate.
They have just started a sequel to this with the Wasp. So it's the same writer, same artist, but obviously focused on the Wasp now. I think the first issue, I've read that. He doesn't show up in that. Whether he's going to show up in the future, who knows? But yeah, it's a fast turnaround though, considering like he came out in June, and like by this June, like in a year's time, we'll have had a figure of him. So
they did it again. That's testament. That's pretty good going as well. Like new character debuts in the comics. Less than a year later, there's already an action figure announced of him. That's good going. Like, just think how many characters have existed for over 60 years and still don't have action figures of them. So, fair play to him or her, whoever's behind that mask. I never spoiled anything. But what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Okay, I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something really, really interesting, but I forgot. I did. Okay, there he is. So he comes with no accessories or anything. Like Rich said, I personally would have preferred like a release of like a Hank Pym Ant-Man, like a classic Ant-Man or something like that. For me personally, I've got my retro ones on card and I can't bring myself to open them, so I want another opportunity to get a classic Hank Pym Ant-Man. But future Ant-Man, first time in the line, all of that. It is on the, I think it's, looking at the body, is it pinless? No, it's not pinless.
No, it's not pinless.
So it's not even a brand new body. It's is that just a Sunfire body?
Yeah, it's like it's the black figure with weird head gear. Like it's a black body suit. It's like this one. We did Professor X. We had Quentin Quire in the X-Men wave. We had Havoc in the last wave. It's just like the money saver of the wave, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame, but they cleverly figured out a way to give us a new character, which is accurate to the comic design. Like I did grab a panel real quick to show you.
It looks exactly like.
So there's the character from the comics, all right, all black with some gold discs on him. He's got sort of the Ant-Man style helmet, and again, to give credit, it does look like the character from the comics. So is it a character people wanted for their shelf? That's a different question, and the answer is probably no. But it is a unique character in an Ant-Man wave as well. So
if you get Egghead, look, you could like swap him about and make his other look.
Just need just use a Reed Richards head. Maybe you can make that work. But there you go. So that's the last one in the wave. So there you go. That is the full wave. So give us your top three, Rich, in order if you can, starting at third. Top three of this wave for you.
So third, I would say probably the Wasp.
Okay.
Then I would say Cassie second, and then I would put Kang third, which I know is weird that they're all MCU, but they are much better made figures. So there we go.
Yeah, I think I might put Eggman at third, you know. I like obscure. Shout out Damien Ristori. I know he does as well. I like obscure characters. I like unknown villains. I like learning more about them. I like adding them to the shelf. So I like Egghead. So I'm going to put Egghead at 3. Kang's at 1, easy. Kang's the most anticipated. Who's at 2? I might put Cassie at 2. Even though I would have preferred Cassie to be in the smaller scale, but as I said, that doesn't mean I don't like what we get here. I like that we get the interchangeable parts, even though she's such a bigger character. It'll make it a little bit more interesting for the display, I suppose. Yeah, overall, for a mixed MCU and comic wave that has to be in theme with the movie, it's not a terrible wave. Like, don't get me wrong, I know that's subjective. I know there's people out there probably screaming going, this is a shit wave, and you're allowed to think that, absolutely. I'm just sort of thinking out loud here, looking at that wave going, do you know what, some new characters to add to the shelf, some upgrades of some MCU characters, some new characters MCU wise as well. Again, Ultron's the head scratcher of the wave, and the future Ant-Man I have no attachment to, but again, I like new character. Maybe I'll go and read that 4 issue now if Rich recommends it. So yeah, there you go. That's my thoughts anyway. So if you just want to join in the chat, we can pause on that for a second. Give us your top 3 of the wave. Paul McCartney says, he said, Coffee says the same. Third Kang, second Kang, and first Kang. Good top 3 there. Good top 3. A lot of variety in that top 3. Fortress Maximus says, we do need a Hank Pym that isn't on the pizza Spidey body. Absolutely. Again, I'm always holding out hope would get an Ant-Man, like a classic Ant-Man, tied in with this movie. And considering that the release for this film has been pushed forward, maybe there are still some classic Ant-Man comic characters on the table. Maybe this year's HasLab is a giant man with an Ant-Man pack-in and loads of different scales of Ant-Man and the Wasp. That'd be great. Maybe.
Well, every other MCU movie as well has had like a deluxe and an exclusive figure. So maybe there's something like, obviously they had to pull these forward. Maybe they're not going to release what they are yet if they're not coming out till like June, July. So maybe we'll get them in the future or something.
Well, let's hypothesize what we think they could be while the chat are giving us their top 3. So if you had to make a deluxe and a 2-pack, so let's say a deluxe and a 2-pack that are in relation with the Ant-Man movie, what are you making? What would you like to see?
See, I'd like a classic, comic book wise, I'd like a classic Ant-Man and Wasp, especially with it being like the Avengers 60th anniversary as well, like in the like first issue, first appearance thing.
Yeah, the first event in the Avengers type thing.
But because you said 2-pack, Dan, I want Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Douglas. Hey, that's what I want.
I'm with you. Honestly, that would have been my pick. Absolutely. We've got characters on our shelf now that great. I love adding a new MCU character to the shelf, but I think Hank Pym, for God's sake, is worthy of an action figure more so than some of the others we've got on the shelf. So yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer as Janet Van Dyne and Hank Pym. Give us a 2-pack with those 2 characters. I hold out hope, because they're not in the wave. They've been a part of all the promotional material, so it's not like they're hiding anything. And we did get, like in the other Guardians film, we got like a Star-Lord and a Ego 2-pack. We have got like the Collector. We've got Jeff Goldblum's what's his character's name? What's Jeff Goldblum's character's name in Ragnarok? I forgot what his name is. But that guy. My point is, we get the obscure movie characters.
The Games Master?
No, it's not. I don't know why. If you ask me this when we're not streaming, I'll tell you it instantly. But on a stream, lights on, I'm like,
I'm like a bottle of vodka into this point. So.
Yeah. So yeah, for me, that would be a great 2-pack. A lot of people in the chat are saying MODOK, Jarhead, Deluxe MODOK, the Fossil, Deluxe Anthony. That would be great. They did do that in the 3 3/4 inch scale that you could fudge into a Legends display. California Red
Grandmaster,
Devil.
King Blackboard says Grandmaster.
Oh, thank you very much. Brain fart. Thank you very much. California Red Devil says MODOK. Arvin says it would be MODOK. Big Will gives us his top 3. He says number 1's Crossfire, number 2's Egghead, and number 3's Future Ant-Man. See? People do love the comic characters, even if they are obscure. Doc Avenger says Eggman, number 1, or maybe number 1, Crossfire and Future Ant-Man. Doom Custom says my least favourites are Ultron and the Daryl Hannah from Kill Bill nurse. Who I can't picture that. Is that Eggman? Is he saying?
No, he's saying Crossfire
okay.
is like she's got like the patch over one eye.
Oh,
she?
okay. I can't remember. I've seen Kill Bill a long time ago. Joshua says nothing there is a must for me. That Kang is excellent, but I mostly only collect 616. Jay says we need a classic Yellow Jacket more than Ant-Man. That's correct. We need a new comic Yellow Jacket. That would be really good. Mike says Eggman 1, 2, and 3. He's a big Egghead fan. I keep saying Eggman. Shut up, Dan. Egghead. Sorry, I'm still gonna get it wrong. Jarhead says Egghead and Kang are the only ones for him. Greg also agrees with a Hank and Janet 2-pack. Paul said I would have brought this wave if the Build-A-Figure was a Rich M in his Jubilee get-up from last week. Oh, that'd be great. I'd be in on that for sure. Mikey Moonboot says, my mother always says, if you can't say nice things, don't say out at all. Easy pass for me. Yes, you got a wise mother there, of course. Some people just like attention. That's all it is. Greg says, Giant Man re-release, normal size Cassie, small Ant-Man and small Wasp. Yeah, that would have been great. We have got a tiny Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket from the first Ant-Man wave. I don't understand. It's considering they're so small pieces of plastic. I don't understand why they haven't gave us a small Ant-Man pack-in or a small Wasp pack-in. Like, I know they wouldn't be to scale, but it's still like they give us a Giant Man that's not to scale. They can give us a small mini Ant-Man to not to scale. That would have been nice. Thank you to the 20 people that corrected us with the Grandmaster. Thank you very much. We brain farted there. The Fly, that's his name. Says Jay, what are we talking about? The Fly. Oh, he is the Fly. Jeff Goldblum is the Fly. Absolutely, I like that film. I'm surprised we've never got a Fly like NECA figure or something, but I'm sure that happened.
No, we must have surely.
I like the Fly, so if it happened, I would know, and I don't think we have. No one's done a Fly action figure. I'd buy it. Okay, Doc Avenger said, I wish they did the comic accurate Outers of the universe. Pink Psylocke says, my number one is Cassie Lang, Kang, and the Conqueror, and the Wasp. Joshua also agrees that we need a Yellow Jacket. Dewey says, Kang Conqueror for this wave for me. Jew Comics says, overall a solid wave. A great mix of movie and some older characters to add to the Marvel Legends line that might have not been made otherwise. Yep, absolutely. California Red Devils, I love a flashback MCU Ant-Man and Wasp in their younger days. Oh, you're on about Hank and Janet in their like early days, the flashbacks in the MCU.
Money in the bank.
Doom Customs back at it. Thank you very much, Doom Customs.
Doom Customs donated $25. I would pay real money for Rich and Dan Who action figures. This helps with the lights.
It absolutely does help with the lights, Doom Custom. Thank you so much, my friend. I'll flash some lights for you. That was much appreciated. He's a generous man, that Doom Customs. Generous man. Do my lights flash? They are. They're flashing. There you go. Flash away. Let's give people a seizure.
What happened to your custom figure? Did you fix the Daniela Westbrook nose yet? Or?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't. I need to get it redone. He's here somewhere. Right, he's here in front of me somewhere. So yeah, I did have. So Doom Custom says I would pay real money for a Dan and Rich and Dan Who action figure. I was trying to think of like a cool, like thing to make, like a bit of merchandise that would be cool that represents this hobby. But the only thing you can get made are like key rings and fucking shit that no one wants. Action figures is something I could never afford to do. But I was thinking maybe I can get like a Dan Who bobblehead. But then I was thinking, who wants a fucking Dan Who bobblehead? You know, so I don't know. Like in wrestling, they
could get a voodoo doll. Some people would buy that.
That's true. That's true. Let's set it on fire. This bonfire night. Buy yourself a Dan Who guy fork to set on fire. But yeah, there's my Dan Who head. But the nose has been chopped off. It won't focus. Does that trick work? I never know if that trick works. I have an unpainted Dan Who head as well. If anyone wants to paint it for me. I will not even attempt to paint this myself, but that is a 3D printed Dan Who head. Yeah, I need to get him on it. He was on a Hellfire Hank body, but I need to fix it. And we need to get someone make Rich a custom head. Let's get Rich into action figure form. I'd love it.
Too beautiful for one.
Rich, right? I know you wouldn't want it, but I would. All right, I would want it. I would have it.
I wouldn't want you to have one of me.
Take it to bed every night. There he is. We're working on it, doing customs. We're working it. Thank you very much.
And you got your Legos. You got your Legos as well.
I do, yes. A hero of collections. Me and Brandon in Lego form. Hero of collections, right. Austin, if you ever watch this on the replay, I have no idea if he does anymore. Make Rich. Make a mini figure of Rich. Let's see what we can do. There's me and Brandon. We need a minifig of Rich. Someone make that happen. I'll add him to this collection. They're right here on display, right in front of me. Thank you, mate. That was Austin, by the way. Hero of collections. Cloud says, if I had a figure of Dan, he could join the Resistance. Oh, I'd love to join the Resistance. I'd be there. I'd be the tactician. I want to be in the Resistance now. Rich is just more toyetic. It's true, Rich.
That's why I was laughing at.
It's so true. Look, you had your Jubilee costume last week. That's definitely toyetic. Matt Martin says, put a custom beard on Egghead and you'll have Rich. Oh, Rich, you ain't got an Egghead. If you squash your head, you'd be more realistic.
I've got like my head is like a blooming, like it's quite flat. Like I could put like a bottle on
Balance
it and it would like.
Rich doesn't carry his shopping home. He balances
There you
it
go.
on
See,
his head.
my head is quite flat. See?
Yeah, Rich is he's the arch nemesis of Egghead.
It looks round because of this. It's not really. It's like a big flat head. Look at it. See?
The flathead, aka Rich M, the arch nemesis, the new Ant-Man, the Ant-Man of the future's arch nemesis is Flathead. Flathead. Dewey says, just give Egghead a beard and headphones. They're all on it. That's so mean. Rich can take it. He's all right. He's strong.
I've got an Egghead.
I don't think you do either. It's just the fact that he's bold. That's all it is. There's
so much shit you can say about me, and Egghead is not one of them.
Dan Who's accessories is liquor bottles and teddy. I do want to try and make a mini teddy. I did try something. Bold and beautiful, said Doom Customs. Absolutely. Okay, so there's the Ant-Man news this week. For the record, I've not pre-ordered any Marvel Legends this year. I'm playing the game where I'm just going to wait and see where they turn up first and then buy them from there if I want them. So, again, not pre-ordering anything. And I'm not encouraging you to either. I'm saying it's there if you want to. But when it comes to Legend last year, nothing really sold out straight away. Everything lingered for a little bit.
I've pre-ordered Extremis Iron Man. I've got him pre-ordered. And I've got four Monets pre-ordered.
Makes sense, yeah.
I've got the Banshee 3-pack pre-ordered.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got one Chamber pre-ordered. And that's all I've got pre-ordered this year because, like you said, it was just easy last year. This could turn to bite us in the arse completely.
Absolutely.
But last year, like, I would say anything that came out last year, you could still get now and, like, for less than what it was. I don't think there's that much that you'd have to pay more for.
Let me just prove that in theory, because I pulled up what was it? Star Action Figures. So in the UK, Star Action Figures, I've got a closeout sale at the minute, and they've literally put up some Marvel Legends on sale. So you've got the Defenders of Doctor Strange for less than £20. You've got Spider-Man Noir for £17. Oh, sorry, the chat came up. The chat came up. Never comes up when I want it to come up, but it comes up when I don't want it to come up. Stupid Streamlabs. So we got Spider-Man Noir for £16.95. She-Hulk £18. £15 for Baghead Spider-Man, who I might actually get an extra to keep on card because I've only got one and I opened him. Some troopers there, some 501st troopers for £13. Bid Fortuna for £9. Then you've got the some more Star Wars figures. Like I paid for Ahsoka full price when she came out, £14 now. Cobb Vamp £15. There's some more legends down here. Some Black Hand Ninjas for £13. You've got the MODOK World Domination, which was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from not last year, the year before, I think. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
£40. Obviously, no one wants Modo. No one wants the Alvis MODOK. Maybe some people do. But the captain, who's in that set, goes for over £40 himself on eBay. Do you know? And if you're trying to build your... Wait, I always get this wrong. It's either next gen or new gen.
Next wave.
I knew I'd get it wrong. Anyway, that's where he's in. We've only got a couple. We've got Elsa Bloodstone. We've got who else? We've got Photon.
We got Monica, yeah.
Yeah, Photon. Is she called Photon at that point? Can't remember.
She's gonna be Monica Rambo in that. They don't use code names so much. Okay. You've got Machine Man as well.
We've got him. We've got him in bigger form.
And you got Boom Boom, but not in her like red dress jacket look.
Yeah. So that's the only way to get him, £40. So again, if you're thinking about the captain, you may as well just buy the set and sell off MODOK. Maybe you can make some money back with MODOK. Quake, which is Quake / Maria Hill, £13. Miss Marvel, who seems like she's going to be getting a season 2 after the Marvels, £13.
That's decent for Quake though, for £13.
Absolutely,
you could put, like different female heads on that and like army builder, can't you?
Absolutely. That's a female shield agent body essentially. So if you want to build some female shield agents and just pop them some extra heads, £13 isn't a bad shout. I brought a couple of extra Shrieks recently because it's an all-back base body that I'm going to use for Yelena Valova and whoever else I need to in the future if they cheap out and don't give us double-jointed elbows. But there you go. So yeah, there are some sales on for Marvel Legends. So you can, like, when stuff like this is happening, and they're quite newish figures. Like all of these figures that are on sale right now came out in the calendar year 2022. Like, and they're on sale already. You can understand why people are like holding off the pre-orders. Like, just think, and it proves the point because Star Wars, like, again, we don't really talk about Star Wars, but I did read online earlier this week that some of the new Star Wars figures are not even bothering going on pre-order. Like, they're just going to be released when they're out, I think. So yeah, that's Hasbro's fault for, like, last year it was all over the place. Release dates were never accurate. I know they say that's like the latest they can come out, but it's when you're trying to plan a budget in this day and age, it's really hard. So Hasbro have really got themselves to blame for stuff like this.
I think, to be fair to Hasbro in that case, though, I think a lot. I know.
Oh, don't be after you, Rich.
Stab me in the neck now.
Where's my pitchfork? Hey,
I don't think that was I don't think that was a Hasbro thing. I think it was like a global COVID thing with global shipping. It was just like all over the place for multiple lines. And I mean, you know,
you've officially replaced Brandon now, supporting Hasbro publicly online. You've filled Brandon's shoes. They'll be after you now.
I'll give my opinion. You can have a different opinion.
No,
I don't
Rich,
care.
you must have our opinion.
I've got a vodka. I don't care.
You must share the same opinion of us. Otherwise, you're not allowed in the club. Ridiculous. Don't want to be in the club anyway. Okay, so there you go. The point is, people, Marvel Legends are on sale. So yeah. Okay. Let's take a breath. I've got another bottle of Copperberg here, Rich. Do I open it or just make a cup of tea when I get off the stream?
Just open it, Dan. Look, I've got a whole bottle of
what's that
I've opened. Soju.
What's soju?
Like Korean vodka type stuff.
How would I know what that is?
I mean, I've had soju before.
Chat, how many people have had soju before? Hands up.
Nice.
Okay,
alcoholics in the room.
Yeah, hang on. Don't give it one for free, Rich. I got a graphic for that somewhere. There you go, Rich. Rich will shot for £14 super chat. All right. Look, he's giving you a free one. He's giving you a free one, people. Oh, let's give it on for free.
It's nice. It's like just goes down.
I have opened it now.
Hey.
Let's have a look at the chat. Oh, they've turned against you, Rich. The Fossil was like, oh no, Rich, oh no. Doom Custom says, Rich, you Hasbro mark. The Fossil says, Rich M.
It was fun when it lasted. Enjoy the new presenter you next week.
The Fossil says, Rich M gets Marvel Legends directly in capital letters from Hasbro confirmed. Logan Dan Toy says, cancel Rich. Funny. What's good about our chat is they know we're joking and they will join in on the joke. Like, we don't attack the chat. It's all good. It's all love. Think what you want to think. Omega Weapons 13 says soju isn't real alcohol. Arvin says I thought soju was popular. I'm shocked.
Not real alcohol. It's like 12%. 12%. It's like, you know,
is it flavored vodka?
That one, it's not vodka as such, but it's like a spirit that tastes like vodka. Like in that it's like clear, but it's nice. You can just drink that on its own. Like it's not like Right, I'm not rich, right? But the only vodka I've got at the minute is my Grey Goose.
Look
So
at
excuse me.
He's saving all that money from the free toys Hasbro sends him. You can afford Grey Goose.
Yeah. Shout out to Mattel for this one. But yeah.
Okay, let's let the chat direct the next half hour. Okay, we'll be on for another half hour talking toys, people, and we've talked Marvel Legends.
Everyone's talking about the Jada Toys Street Fighter figures. Did you see those?
I can find them. Let me find the link from. Where should I go? Where will they be? Are they up for pre-order right now?
Yeah. Big Bad Toy Store got them for the Americans.
Do Entertainment Earth have them?
Probably, yeah.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Use code DanWho for 10% discount.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rich. It's perfect. It's perfect. Use code DanWho at checkout. For anything in stock, you get it free shipping. Anything over $39 as well. Please use the code DanWho at checkout. Treat yourself. Let's have a look on Entertainment Earth and see if these figures are out. I think they are. Okay. Shout out Entertainment Earth as always. Here we go. So there we go. Entertainment. So this is them, right? Street Fighter 2.
Yep.
Here he is.
And they've updated them from what they showed at SEC last year. So they've got all pinless.
Oh, okay, so that's everything you get. Interchangeable head, interchangeable set of hands, an effect piece. And that looks like a stand for the effect piece rather than the figure.
Yeah, for the fireball to go into.
Hadouken! Is that guy?
Way!
Yes, I'm in. They do look good. Honestly, they do look really good for the price point as well. Again, I've always said this for me. Like, I'm not an articulation snob. Like, yes, articulation is great. It allows more posability, more fun, dynamic on the shelf. Absolutely. But I do think the accuracy to the source material is what draws me to an action figure in the first place. It's because I want that represented on the shelf in physical form, like as a fan of physical media. So, like, when I see something and instantly know what it is and it's accurate, then you have to give it credit. And bravo, like, looks really, really good. Completely pinless, double jointed, got a bicep swivel, dumbbell in the neck, waist art, ab, sort of, not really an ab crunch, looks like a ball joint in the ab crunch there. Double jointed knees, ankle pivot as well. Even the face sculpt looks good. Do you know, because these are based off the bloody animation. Game animation, I guess.
The video game, yeah. It does look pretty accurate to like the more recent games like Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5. It is a good portrait, I think, for Ryu.
There he is in a Glenn Webb pose. If you remember Glenn Webb, he used to always stretch him as far as he could. Shout out Glenn Webb. Forever be missed in this toy community. There you go, another pose. Really, really good. Are you in on these, Rich, then? So these are Jada, right?
Yeah, I am, but I'm a bit disappointed because when they showed Wave 1, there was 3 figures in it. And they dropped the best figure. They dropped Chun-Li down.
Oh, no. Is that because she's going to be Wave 2? Like, they haven't chopped her and give these...
I think they saved the best, and they knew.
Of course.
They were like, oh, we'll get him in with these crappy characters, Ryu and Fei Long. And then Wave 2 will be Chun-Li and Kami. And then we'll be like, yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's Kylie Minogue, isn't it?
In one film, it's Kylie Minogue.
That's how I remember it.
Kami is the best of all Street Fighter characters.
I wasn't really a fighter game growing up. I played it, okay, like occasionally, like in socially, but it wasn't something where I got to know all the characters. I think I'd pick the big green guy. Who's he? The green guy with orange hair. The one the one that looked like the Hulk. I'd pick him. So like that's who I'd pick.
You just mash the punch button and do the electric shock, so everyone jumps into him.
I didn't know. I didn't learn any of the combos. I wasn't really a fighter game. I've been playing FIFA since FIFA 98. Do you know what I mean? You'll get knocked out and up again. You're never gonna hear me. That was the theme tune of FIFA 98. That's what I hear.
Chumbawamba.
There you go. One hit. The box art's really good as well. Bravo. The packaging looks great. That looks really good. Yeah. Really good. Yeah, fair play. Jay in the chat as well says £23 essentially, $22.95 UK price. That's solid. I think in this climate, in this day and age, for a pinless action figure with interchangeable hands, heads, effect piece, and some presentable packaging as well, even if you wanted to keep it on card, like that looks pretty good. Imagine a set of them all lined up in their boxes and stuff. Like, bravo. Not got a bad word to say. What about you, Rich? Same?
Yeah, they look brilliant for what they are, like 6-inch figures. I don't think you could ask for anything more. Like, I think they're focusing on Super Street Fighter 2 first of all. So you're getting Fei Long.
Well, that's the
Ryu.
big one, isn't it? The Street Fighter 2 is what kicked it all off. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't say Fei Long is, because he came along in Super. So like Kami, Fei Long, T-Hawk, and DJ, they were added in Super Street Fighter 2, and Akuma, so it gives them a bit more like depth to go into. But I think if they can get like these like 16 characters out and then go on to like, obviously you've got Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6 is out this year. Hopefully they can get more out, because people start the Street Fighter lines and then like sort of have done it before, like Storm Collectibles doing them at the minute, and like it's a slow process.
Yep.
They never seem to get out because it's such a massive bunch of characters for Street Fighter. But yeah, like start off, these are great. And if you're a fan of Street Fighter or just action figures in general, definitely pick these up. Jada Toy is doing great things, I think, with action figures. They've got a Mega Man line coming up later this year as well. Hopefully they'll start getting different licenses as well. They've got the Universal Monsters line, which is great. Like I picked up the Bride of Frankenstein from that.
They're public domain, ain't they? For Universal Monsters now. So like we could make them if we wanted to, right?
But I think to call them Universal, you've got to have the license from Universal.
But we could make a...
You could make a Bride of Frankenstein figure or of a Dracula, but yeah.
Or a Wolfman.
Yeah.
I'm rich, yeah, like I don't have any attachments to Street Fighter to the fact where I think, oh, I need the action figures. But when I look at that and see price point, accessories, pinless, like it does, again, just as a collector and a fan of action figures, it does make you a little bit itchy and go, oh, well, I want to get involved here and check them out. And so, when's the pre-order for these? So they say coming in July as well. So that's not even too long from a pre-order.
And $25 for like, they like Jada Toys is not like a massive company as well. That's a good price point for these. You've got alternate hands, you've got special effects, you've got alternate heads with every figure as well. It's just a good thing to have. And obviously I think they'll end up doing like, 2-player colors. That's what happens with Street Fighter. You get all the alternate costumes, so like convention exclusives. I'm sure that will be coming. Evil Ryu, like there's different things you can do. Violent Ken. So there's an array of things we can do, but it's a great start. These two figures, they like even since last year when they showed them at like SDCC, they've improved since then so much. These just look great. So yeah, really happy with these and can't wait to get them in hand.
Bravo. Super Turk says, oh damn, Super 7 have put the glow-in-the-dark slash up for pre-orders with a 15% sale. Fuck's sake, could have been done in 2 weeks. Yeah, I think Tanner is like sort of building a little sub-collection of the glow-in-the-dark Super 7 Turtle stuff, and they have just revealed a slash. Let me go to Twitter real quick and see if we can find it, because there's also a little tease on Super 7 that I could mention that's Simpsons related. I keep hitting up Super 7. I don't say I keep hitting up. I've emailed them a couple of times to just say hello. Blankety blanked. I get a free matchbook and pen, checkbook and pen every time, blanking me. Slash, there he is, glow in the dark. So this is the fourth one now. They did Baxter, Foot Soldier, Muckman, and now Slash. I think the 4 glow in the dark.
Did they not do the Turtles, glow in the dark Turtles as well?
Of course they did. Of course they did. Tanner brought all 4 of them as well, the lunatic. So yeah, there you go. That 8 glow in the dark.
You could join me as the new host of Turtles and Tea with Tanner from next week.
Yeah, absolutely they did. And they did really good packaging for them as well. So yeah, there's Slash out right now. Glow in the dark. The glow in the dark stuff looks pretty cool.
It does look good, to be fair, in that picture.
Yeah, it did look good. Toy Brush reviewing the Simpsons stuff that I do want to get my hands on, not gonna lie. They teased. There you go. Here's the teased. So they teased this for the wave 4 of the Simpsons. Now,
is that Homer when he's like big? This is big Homer. That one.
Moo Moo Homer. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see if anyone put it in the chat. Yeah, there you go. Look. Press any key. Where's the any key? Yeah, it's pretty funny. And he goes to Marge, I've figured out a way to triple my work productivity or something. And it's just that bird.
Are they not gonna do just the
there
regular looks then?
There he is. I don't think so, no. Maybe they do like an exclusive with them all, like the family in their regular sets or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
They have to. They're leaving money on the table if they don't. There he is. So this is the thing, right? So people are saying it's Moo Moo, but I just from looking at that meme there, I know that's not from the Moo Moo episode. That is from the episode where his brother, is it his brother? Yeah, his brother builds the invention to make Maggie talk so they can understand what Maggie's saying. And like he gives the family a presentation and he puts this on the table. And like Homer's well impressed with this rather than the invention. And Homer's like, he keeps going back for more. Like, so it may be Herb. Like, is it Herb his brother's name? I think it is. So that tease may not be for Moo Moo Homer. It may be for Herb, Homer's brother.
Oh, that would be a bit of a...
Oh, but
then they are doing like characters who've appeared once today.
Yeah,
so, I mean...
they did Hank Scorpio, who's a good character. I watch that episode all the time. So good. So yeah, there is that little bird is in that episode because he presses the any key. He says to Marge, Marge is like, "Ain't you working?" He went, "I've got someone to cover for me," and it just cuts to the bird just whacking the Y, and he goes to like the cinema or something.
I saw like a recent Simpsons the other week, and I haven't seen like Simpsons probably past season 15 in years and years, and it was it's like Homer. Like there's like a injection to like make you like you can't drink anymore. It stops you like allergic to alcohol. Have you not seen that one? That was like really good. Like usually the newer Simpsons are not as funny, but it was like a really good one. It's like him, Lenny, and like Mo goes busted. Like so they will get this injection, and he's like serving them water and stuff like. It's a good episode that one was.
Look, I will forever say The Simpsons is amazing because it is like yes. Just like every TV show in the world, there are peaks and troughs depending on who the show writers are and the writers are and all of that. But like people just have this general consensus where The Simpsons is shit now, where that's just the general, like, are you actually watching every episode and like being fair? No, of course you're not. You're just saying that because that's what everyone says. But you will find those, like, I'm sure maybe the recent episodes, like, it depends how much attachment, like, I don't know, I just love The Simpsons, but I'm curious. I want to get in on that line. It's just Super 7 are so damn expensive. It's like really hard. Like I still need to buy some of the Super 7 Turtle Waves, which I want to buy. But like I need to buy a Wave 5 and 6, and they're like £200 a pop. That's like £400 for 8 figures. I'm like, I can't do it. Like I need to like step away from the computer before I pull the trigger. Tanner though is very irresponsible person. He buys he'll buy it anyway. Only joking, Tanner. So yeah, I'm curious. I want it to be like Homer in his fat suit. I think Jay's Toys Collection would like that as well. But that bird is from that meme, and it's the episode his brother gives a presentation. I'm pretty confident. If I'm wrong, someone in the chat can tell me. Home Dude says I want a Troy McClure. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I actually took a picture of all my turtle figures and put them in a group chat recently. And I need to start getting them out. I don't know if I should. Like I'm in that dilemma, Rich, where I've got loads mint on card. Do I open them, or can we keep them on the card now? Because they're getting more expensive on the aftermarket. The Wilder Springfield figures. Where's my phone? I can't be asked to send it to myself and put it on the screen, but I'll show you a picture.
If you haven't put them out for all these years, why don't you just get some like J hooks and hang them up or something in your attic?
Because it's a slanted roof, it doesn't work.
Use them as insulation.
Look, so that's just one picture of like my Simpsons cards, and they're the ones that I've got on show. The ones that I've got on card.
You should go on that Stacey Solomon show where she comes in and like does your house. She's like, oh my god, Dan, look at your house. Oh my god.
Do you want to see a picture of my Willy?
Will you do it? Thank God for that.
Hilarious. Yeah, loads of Simpson stuff. Like, yeah, I want to. Like, I just need to find a display space for it. Super Turk says you're half right. They are doing Kangan Kotus as well, which I really want. Dan,
like Maggie or Lisa or Marge or like
they're doing Bart as
characters.
They're doing Bart as
Bartman.
Bart, yeah, and they're doing Ralph, I think, as well. I genuinely can't remember. They've announced 3 waves, but I'm still annoyed that Mo doesn't come with his apron, because then like I feel like they make it hard work to enjoy the stuff. Like I want to get. I don't know, like when I buy Mo, I want the apron too, and you can't do that.
Didn't they say that was just the early ones?
Hopefully. We shall see.
Well, just pick it up, wait till you go to like Forbidden Planet or Toy Fair or convention and pick one up there, and then you can see if you've got it or not.
Yeah, maybe. I'll play the long game. Like I did that with Panthro, so I could get the right colour trunks, because the first wave was the wrong colour, and they sent everyone out the pack so you'd have to change it yourself. But that looked like too much work for me, so I just played the long game and I waited a year for the re-release. And he's got the right colour blue pants. All good. Groundskeeper Willie, are they making him?
Groundskeeper Willie.
Yeah, I think they're making him. Talk Willie, Mezco, Prune Face for Dick Up on next on topics. Prune Face
from Dick Tracy.
I've not even seen. I'd have to Google it. Mezco, Prune Face. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. If you want anything, if you have anything that you want me and Rich to look at and talk about before we get out of here,
action figure wise,
yeah. Just let us know in the chat. You can super chat if you really want to be generous and get our attention, but let us know, and you guys control the conversation for the next 20 minutes. Is there something you want to?
Oh, there you go. Oma V says they sent an email out saying the apron will be shipped out to people who bought from this site if you provide proof of purchase from another online retailer.
Okay, interesting. So if I brought from Comic and Cocktails, I could send them my invoice from Comic and Cocktails. Okay. Yeah,
it was a factory mistake apparently.
Long. It's just long, isn't it? It's long. I've just.
Abnagla was Timmy O'Toole. Abnagla's in the house.
Timmy O'Toole. Spoiler alert: Timmy O'Toole is actually Bart Simpson, right? So you couldn't have Timmy O'Toole. He was made up. He was an imagination.
You get Sting.
You can't. Oh, that'd be great. And we're sending a love. I'll do anything for my fans. Well, actually, I don't think I've heard Bart listening to any of your records. Shut up, Marge. He's a good digger. Come on, The Simpsons is so good. I've just Googled Mezco Pruneface, and nothing Mezco related has come up. Is he new? Oh, wait. Okay, something has.
He's been announced today.
Okay, something has. Oh, shit. It is a Pruneface guy. I don't know nothing about this. Let's have a zoom. This deserves a zoom. Oh, I can't zoom. Okay, you're not getting a zoom. Mezco Pruneface. I have no idea who Pruneface is.
I'm just showing that to the fossil. There you go.
Oh, okay,
I have got Masterverse. We can show Buff Evil Lynn.
Oh, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, that's fine. I think I actually got an email about that. I can go to my email. Do you know anything about Pruneface?
He is a Dick Tracy villain from the Dick Tracy serial that stars Dick Tracy.
The chat just wanted to talk about Dick. It was like that review. Shall I read out that Ant-Man review for people that are excited about Ant-Man? Hang on, I can find it because I sent it, didn't I? 1 second. I got this Ant-Man review and I sent it to Brandon to get Brandon hyped about Ant-Man. So let me read you this Ant-Man review. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh, hang on. California Red Devil. Thank you very much. I'll let Friday read that. No mention McFarlane releasing original Dick. I think he did. I'll keep notes of these. So I told you, the chat just wanted to talk about Dick. Just want to talk about Dick. Amanda can't hear what we're talking about, so all she can hear is me shouting, Dick! Dick! Amanda's going to be, what the fuck was going on your stream? Or she's tuning in to be curious of the Dick. Is she in the chat lurking? She turned into a lurker. We will talk about the McFarlane Dick very shortly, California Red Devil. Absolutely. So I have a question about that, actually. I want to know what Batman people would recommend.
Got the money in the bank.
Chadwick. Thank you very much.
Chadwick Myers donated $5. I'm late, just joined. Thoughts on not getting an MCU MODOK for Quantumania? Nothing against the Cassie, but really wanted MODOK sad face.
Thank you very much, Chadwick. I appreciate that. Welcome. The replay is always there for you, my friend. I'm late, just joined, but thoughts on not getting an MODOK for Quantumania? Nothing against Cassie, but really wanted MODOK. Really quickly on that. Me and Rich both said we like the Cassie Build-A-Figure. I hope we get Cassie regular size, but I'm not mad at it. But yeah, MODOK, we were surprised not to see MODOK. I'm excited to see him in the movie because it's such a weird character design. I'm curious how they do it in live action without it looking ridiculous.
We haven't seen him much yet either, have we? It's like, so maybe they're saving off on it. I'm guessing there's still a deluxe and a store exclusive coming. And depending on what size that MODOK is, I'm sure we'll get him at some point. And if not, get the Funko Pop. It's £10 and it looks about the same.
There you go. Thank you very much, Chadwick. Yeah, we do think we're going to get a MODOK. We just think they're holding it for the time being until the movie's been out. These figures ain't coming out till June, so there's got to be something else movie related. What am I going? Mattel Creations. Is that what we wanted to go to? Mattel Creations. Yeah. Mattel Creations. I got an email, but it should be up on their site, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Continue.
And it goes up on Valentine's Day.
Okay, let's go to Mattel Creations. Okay, I'm on Mattel Creations. Where am I going? There she is, yeah? There she is. So Masters of the Universe. So that's not Origins, is it? Or is it? Or what is it?
Masterverse, that's the Masterverse. Okay. Dark, evil Lynn, when she gets like all the powers of Eternia.
There she is. So you win on this. You and Phil on this, I think.
Yeah, I've got all the Masterverse Evil Lynn so far. Evil Lynn is great in Masterverse. I know some people didn't like it, but I did. I thought it was really good. And yeah, this is like final form Super Saiyan Evil Lynn. So this is a great figure. And it's a pain. It's a bloody exclusive. And it's going up on Valentine's Day as well. But hopefully Phil Jones will grab me one. Thank you, Phil Jones.
Hill Phones is on the case. Did you just give me a Goku reference there?
I did. I gave you a Dragon Ball Z.
I understood it
reference.
Though. That's what confused me. I understood the reference.
It's all that time with Brandon rubbing off.
No, clearly, you know? I was like, okay, this is like super powerful form. I get it. Okay, a few people want us to talk about the McFarlane dick, so let's do that.
Mega Weapon says that's a dude. She just got abs. She just been working out like Physical 100 on Netflix. We'll be watching that.
I'm sorry we didn't talk about Prune Face much, but me and Rich don't know nothing about Prune Face. You guys on Legend and Liquor, and this week on Legend and Liquor, you bring me some toy news to talk about. What am I doing? McFarlane. I can't type in McFarlane dick. Some guys called McFarlane will be
classic Robin. Just put that in.
McFarlane classic Robin. And it's brought up the. It just brought up that I googled that, and this is what brought up just these. Wait, is this it? Oh, there it is. Is this it? That's it, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
I got money in the bank.
There it is. There it is. Let's do that. He's upside down. There
Doom
it is.
Customs donated
Doom Customs again. Thank you very much.
Evil Lynn, RuPaul's Drag Race version.
Evil Lynn, Drew will. I can't even speak.
RuPaul's.
Thank you. Drag Race version. I've never seen the show. Do you watch the show, Rich?
No, but like Drag Race is all about like men becoming like more feminine, women, and the art of drag and makeup. Like she wouldn't look like that if she was a drag queen.
That's fair. Robin, does he look like a drag queen?
No, Robin.
Sorry, that was a shit transition. I was clutching at straws there.
Robin does use the body of the female Robin with a new head.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Cross-dressing's fine.
The Dark Knight's Returns, Carrie? Yeah, I think he just uses that with a new head, and new boots and a new cape. Is that the body is just a reuse of that one.
It's the only picture we've got, right? But this website is very cleverly just flip the picture upside down to make it look like a different picture. But no, it's the same picture.
If you tilt your head.
Tilt your head, yeah. So if I was going to get this classic Robin, so this is... Which Robin's this? This is the OG Robin, right?
This is Dick.
Yeah, OG. So what Batman would go with this Robin? What McFarlane Batman has come out that would go with this Batman? Go with this Robin? That's a general question. Because this week, like I showed off earlier this week, right? I got Bane.
Classic Batman, wouldn't it? With the blue.
So I'm going to try and build like a rogues gallery, but in their like... I know that McFarlane does loads of weird versions, but I want their most like... mind's eye look, so I might go and get that Asylum Knights, it might not even be Asylum Knights, so I don't know. But the penguin that's out looks like a penguin, so well, not an actual penguin. The guy, never mind. So I'm thinking I need a Batman. If I get this Robin, I need a Batman. But I do quite like the Damon Wayne version. So yeah.
Have I got my Robin? Where's my Robin? Oh yeah. I have. Yeah.
I can't move my Batman off the shelf because he will knock everyone over.
Tim is the best Robin,
Okay.
and they're gonna do like this is like modern Tim a bit, like what this 1 year later Tim I think this is, but they're gonna do like a more classic version of Tim with his like greens and blacks, so that'll be one to get. But I love Young Justice, so that's why I got this one. I haven't even unboxed him yet. I never had him like about 3 weeks.
Just looking at the chat real quick. A lot of dick talk tonight. A lot of dick talk. Year 3 Batman with a giant cape says California Red Devil, or year 2. Interesting. Yeah, I think that classic Robin needs the classic Batman. Do you know, like for me, the old school chess logo and stuff like that.
Yeah, and blue and grey.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Think so. Just as a little pairing on the shelf, because you can't have just one. You gotta have them both. Like again, I'm not moving my Batman because he will fall off, but I quite like those two for like a modern Batman and Robin on the shelf. But I would also like a little classic look as well.
How's your Justice League going now? Have you built that?
No, I still need to get Hal Jordan in that 2-pack, but I can't bring myself. I can't bring myself to buy that guy again.
Amigo Weapon says you should invite Dante and do a McFarlane stream.
Dante would love it. Dante would love it. Try and get Dante to talk about Dick on his stream tomorrow. He'd be well confused. 2 topics I'm sure he'd love to talk about. Dick and McFarlane. But together, of course. Where's Collecting Rush? You can tell him. Todd only has 2 blue bats to choose from. Look, that's a lie. Todd must have 1 million bats. Okay, I guess you mean 2 blue classic Batmans to choose from. But must be about 50 Batmans out by now. Minimum, at least. I do have the Hush Batman, by the way, but you can't pair the Hush Batman with this Robin because the McFarlane scale is all out of the place. So that's why it would have to be a McFarlane Batman. The Hush Batman is my favourite Batman in my collection, but there's no Hush Robin. So if I was going to get this Robin, I'd need a classic Batman, you know? So I don't mind mixing lines if it makes sense, but on that occasion, it doesn't make sense.
Hash Robin would be Tim then. You'd have to get the Tim when they do that and his like proper colours. You'd have to get that.
Yeah, there isn't one though yet, is there? So
No.
I think with Hush, we've got mainly girls, which ain't a bad thing. Huntress should be next. Huntress, Poison Ivy, maybe end of year, but we're probably looking at next year now. Nightwing soon, yeah. He should be. Yeah, he could be next actually, rather than Huntress. I can't remember which one came first. Who else is there from Hush? Is it just those 3? I swear there's another one.
Nightwing, Poison Ivy, and Huntress are to come in there. And then...
Yeah, and are we missing one from Hush? I don't think we are, right?
Joker's out, Batman's out.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn's out,
Yeah.
Catwoman's out.
Yeah.
Is Red Hood out?
It's not even been announced. No.
Red Hood's not even, Red Hood's not even in there. What am I on about? Ignore me.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's it. I missed out on Catwoman because I didn't think I was going to go all in, but then I sort of went, well, I sort of want to, but now she's impossible to find. So I think I can still get Joker and Harley Quinn. Quite expensive though, but I can find them. But
Harley's only just come out. You can get Harley.
Yeah, no, I can get Harley, I can get Joker, but Catwoman, you're looking at double retail, which I'm not paying. So
I didn't buy 2 Catwoman. Sorry.
Oh no, Rich is referring to he helped me out massively with the Mezco Psylocke, who I missed out on. Rich very kindly sold to me at retail, even though
she's got a re-release
yeah.
for more than what I sold in Duel. I should have
Really?
waited. It's it's
shit. That's why I love the super producer people. Talking about that, we need Storm. Storm should be any time now as well. Hush came with a Jason Todd head. Shh, spoiler alert. Shh.
Yeah,
Shh.
yeah, he did.
Shh. Okay, why is that Tim Drake always left out of figure lines? Says
why Tim Drake is the best of all Robins. He's my favourite Robin.
Interesting.
But like, I love Young Justice. It's like we just had Superboy. Have I got that? Yeah. Can I reach him? Yeah. There we go.
You didn't want him at first, but you turned around, right? It's better in person.
I know, and he's on like my shelf that I keep. I got a little shelf in my room that I keep the figures that I really like on, and all I moan about him, and he's on that shelf.
He made it. He made it.
I'm full of shit, basically.
We all are as collectors. We all are. The new McFarlane Hush Batman looks pretty good, but sold out in a lot of places, says Mini Plastic Multiverse. Oh, okay. A lot of people are talking about Hush Batman, and I didn't even think about McFarlane doing a Hush Batman, but yes, User correct. Maybe that's what people were referring to. And then
there's a Hush Batman just come out, and there's a vampire Batman as well. Yeah. And they've done quite every Batman that you want.
I think that's what they're referring to. And I started talking about Mayfex, so that's my bad. But anyway, that's enough dick on the screen. Let's get dick off. Okay, we only got 5 minutes, people. So quick one. Let me plug Legends and Liquor again before we get out of here. Okay, so this Sunday, okay, every 2 weeks on this channel, I invite you guys onto the channel. But to make sure I don't get any time wasters and any idiots, you got to be a supporter of the channel, all right? You support me, I'll support you right back. So if you are a channel member at the Members Club tier, then please come on Legend of Liquor this week, right? I want to try and get some new faces on. Even if we just get one new face, and I think we will if Dewey comes on. That I can be taught how to say his name properly by the man himself. That's what's going to happen. Okay.
Dewey.
So I'm not going to... Again, I'll forget it within 5 minutes because I need to hear it constantly. Dewey. Because when I see it, my brain doesn't say that.
See, if you were Welsh, you'd have been singing like Dewey, Dewey, San, Dewey, Dewey, San. No. Dewey Sant, the patron saint of Wales, Saint David.
Did not know. I'm sorry. My Welsh history is not all that.
You would lose the pub quiz. Don't be on dance.
I think my second name is Welsh as well. I think Williams is a Welsh name. So I must have some sort of Welsh heritage. Anyway, Legends and Liquor. This Sunday, okay, become a channel member at the Members Club tier and then hit me up. I'm going to put a community post on my YouTube tomorrow, but you are welcome to hit me up on Instagram right now. Right after this show, I'll start taking lists and start putting names together. So again, hit that join button at the Members Club tier, and then you're in. That is your entry in. That is your ticket in to Legends and Liquor. And if you've seen the show, most times I go for like 4 hours. I give people all the time they want to talk toys. The floor is yours. I am just the host of that show, and you guys lead it. And I think this week, obviously, we'll briefly talk about the Ant-Man news, but I'll throw it to you guys, and you can bring some toy news to me, something you want to talk about. So have a think about that, and I'll let you guys direct the conversation on Sunday. But yeah, simple as that. Jay says, "I'll send the missus instead of me. She's got a different face." What's he on about? Is he talking? I always get confused if the chat are talking amongst themselves or talking to us because I'm very confused by that statement.
Because you said you wanted to see new faces.
Oh, it's true. Okay, yeah. Well, I've seen her face. I know what Kiara looks like, but she's welcome. She's welcome.
Rick doesn't have Instagram. Is there any other way to join?
No, the channel. No, the channel.
Yeah, but he's already a member under Legion X. He wants to. He doesn't use Instagram.
Twitter. Do you use Twitter? I'm just trying to think of a way I can send you the link because there's no sort of messaging format on YouTube. So
Christian Mingle, ICQ, ARC, AOL Chat, MSN Messenger.
I used to love MSN Messenger. That's how me and Amanda started speaking, back in the day. When I first met Amanda, I found out what her MSN was, and then I'd start speaking to her on MSN. And we would literally sit up all night on MSN. That's how old me and Amanda are. Rick, absolutely. Let's get some new faces on to talk about toys. Do you have Twitter? Even Facebook? I just need a way to message you so I can send you the actual link to join on the Sunday. Instagram's just the easiest way, so I put everyone in the same chat and just send them a link. Yeah, he has Twitter. Okay, Rick, send me a DM on Twitter. Dan Who Reviews, I am on Twitter. I always say at the end of my review, I say, don't be shy, tweet me. And no one ever tweets me, Rich. They don't get it. I just wanted someone to tweet me going, I'm not shy, hello. And I'd be like, bravo.
Everyone's going to tweet you now.
I hope so. Dan Who Reviews on Twitter. But Rick's got to DM me. Rick, DM me. Let's get you in. So there you go. There's Rick. So Rick, that's a new face on Legends of Liquor. That's 2 new faces this week. This is good. That's good. Let's start getting some new faces on. Let's start giving some faces to the names on YouTube. I like to get to know the people behind the usernames. Let's see what they collect. What do they buy? Where are they from?
California Red Devil. Have you got a face? Are you available?
California Red Devil. Do you live? You're a Man U fan, but do you live in California? I don't know. I'm very confused. I always assume you're a Man U fan that lives in California, but I could be wrong. California Red Devil, hit me up. Let's get you on. Let's get some people you see in the chat all the time, and I need to know what their faces look like.
I think Phil Jones needs to make a comeback as well. Phil Jones.
Yeah, Phil Jones.
Get
I just
on
don't think
one.
Phil Jones, like, he's embarrassed of us. So he doesn't want to be our friend anymore or something. What's going on? He can come on as his alter ego, Hill Phones. Doesn't even have to be Phil Jones. Hill Phones can come on. The mysterious man. Abnugler, are you still stuck down that well? What's going on? What's going on?
I don't think he can hear because I just mentioned ICQ. I said ICQ.
Yeah, Abnugler, what's going on? Get out of the wow. You're not shy. You've been on Legend of Liquor before. We haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, definitely got to get Devil on. Absolutely. Callum Red there is a supporter of the channel. Absolutely get him on. We'll make it happen anyway. I'm just trying to spruce it up for 2023. Again, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here all year long talking about toys. And again, we're only in February. So let's do it. Let's do it. Absolutely. But until then, until Sunday, Rich, where can the good people find you online?
You can find me in my house this week doing not much.
There he is.
But I'm also on. What am I on? No, I'm not on Twitter. What the fuck am I? Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I'm a user. I am on Twitter.
You displayed once on Twitter, right?
I think I am. Yeah. I don't do much on there. Just like random things about the Real Housewives of Potomac. That's about it. You can find me on there. Otherwise, you can find me on Instagram, and I will post the DB Blakes. I can't even speak anymore.
Damien. His name's Damien.
Damien, who makes brilliant signs. I sent some to Dan. Dan sent me some. So I will take some photos of them. Probably tomorrow. Probably not now, because I don't think I can make it down my stairs. I might fall, and there's no one else around, so I might be here for days.
And that's the great.
I will do it tomorrow.
and that's the great thing. Obviously we know D Blake makes the brand to treat your shelf, but now we know the man behind the brand.
Now you say the word. Now you say his name. Now when I don't need you, now you say the name. Let me struggle for an hour.
I told you his name was Damien. But my point was, we know his Damien because he came on the show. We got to know the man behind the brand. Let's get to know the people behind the usernames. Xeon.collection says, Arsenal fan from LA. Cheers. Are you saying you're an Arsenal fan from LA, or is there someone else in the chat that's an Arsenal fan from LA? Interesting. No biscuit talk this time, says the Fossil. Look, Legends and Liquor's a free-for-all. We can talk about biscuits. This week's topic on Legends and Liquor is you bring me a topic, okay? But actually, that could... No, I don't want to be on the stream for 18 hours. Okay, I need to tune what the theme is. Bring me some toy news, some recent toy news. That's what this week's theme is on Legends and Liquor. If you're a guest on Legends and Liquor this week, just find a piece of toy news that you would like to talk about. Relevant, recent, that's happened in the last couple of weeks that you think's worthy of discussion. You bring it to the table and we'll discuss. Like today, we can talk about the Jaden Toys...
And one thing, not 50.
Yeah. Just pick one. And even if people have the same, that's fine. That's great. That means we can have a conversation together. So if a couple of people want to talk about the Jaden Toys Street Fighter stuff, great, let's do that. A couple, they're bring me some news. If someone wants to talk about Prune Face and teach me something about Prune Face, that's great. Emmanuel says, I'm shy. Emmanuel, look, you're in a safe place here. We are fun. We are a nice, chill community that don't make you feel bad for not liking the same things we like. Okay, get involved. Come and talk some toys.
Except Abnugler.
Except Abnugler. He can stay down the well. We're not sending Sting to go and rescue him. That's for sure. He's a great digger, though. To be fair. Okay, and Cloud will absolutely be talking about Legions now for sure. Absolutely, that's not a lie. Okay. So there you go. Legends and Liquor this Sunday, people. Go and follow Rich. Tweet him now, everyone. Everyone go and tweet Rich, right? Just so he has to go onto Twitter. At displayed one.
Twitter is the only thing I get notifications off my phone as well. It's usually just it's usually
everyone
Rob Pollack sending me messages every now and again. That's about it. But
right, everyone go and tweet Rich after the stream. But before we get out of here, Rich, we need a word of the day.
The word of the day is Springfield. There
Springfield, I like it. Where is it? Nobody knows. It's a geography mystery, even though there's Springfield's the most common named place in America or something like that. Anyway, Springfield, if you are watching right now, please ignore the chat. Go to the comments. Let's help the algorithm, right? Right, Springfield. If you're on the replay crew, you're watching all the way to the end, you're enjoying this nonsense, then please go to the comments. Right, Springfield. Hit that like button as well.
Press the thumbs up as well, and go back to all the other videos and thumbs them all up.
Yeah. And write a check for £100 and post it me. Yeah. AB5. Look, Brandon's still counting. After Brandon, number 5.
Oh, whatever, Brandon. Going on the infinity equation this week.
Is he?
Not too busy for that, are we?
What?
I know. On Sunday, showing up there. Oh, sorry, too busy
he leaves our show.
Thursday, I know.
This is Dante. This is the long game from Dante. This is why Brandon's leaving our show.
Dante been flying him over on first class over to Denver to see him.
Brandon's been giving us a shitty story about leaving. Like, he's got a new job and he's going back and forth from America. He's planning weddings, all of this. And then he's just like, no, Dante, I'm free. I'm free. What, Saturday night, Friday at 1 p.m. in the morning? Oh, not a problem. I'm there. This is ridiculous. Right, I'm gonna stay up until 1 just to write hate in the chat. I'm staying up till 1. I'm going to try and get a crew of us to stay up till 1 at night, just so we can write abuse in the infinity equation.
Disavow to the chat as well. Look, all the infinity equation. Turn it up for Brandon now.
Yeah, let's see what's going on. All right, we get it. All right, we're getting out of here. Where's my end screen? There it is. Right, we'll see you next week. Till then, I'll see you Sunday on Legends of Liquor. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Brandon, what a bastard that Brandon is.
I know. Disgusting.
Can't believe it. He leaves our show and now we know he's going to go where he's going.
He's got himself a new thing to do. He's left us, Dan.
Can't believe it. It's fine, whatever. I'm not bothered.
It's not tears. It's just.
I can't even speak. My voice